Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Christine, we're back. Are you excited to be back?
Sure am, Paul. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, well, it's my pleasure to ask. We missed a few weeks, more than a few weeks, I'd say, a baker's dozen of weeks, perhaps. And I've been traveling a lot, and it was just hard to keep up. But we're back with a vengeance, and this week we have the boyfriends. This is JC and Joey, two of my best friends. If you don't know about the boyfriends, after we quit working for the Dudesons, we started our own YouTube channel. It was a comedy sketch channel and kind of became this episodic journey with demons and babies and ghosts and all sort of shenanigans.
You all were YouTubers before YouTubers were even cool. Just take it. All of you guys, take our advice. Order some Hexa coffee. Check out using promo code ELK, and you'll get 10% off your whole purchase. It's easy. Enjoy this coffee. Iced, hot, whatever you want. Good stuff.
Yeah, it's the best coffee ever, brewed right there in the city of Chicago. So go to hexacoffee.com and use that promo code ELK for 10% off. That's Hexa, Hexe, coffee.com. And now, enjoy the boyfriends.
Woo!
Are we like
Check.
Do you guys do an intro? I always forget.
We never.
We do the intro
Check.
like, we'll shoot it another day.
Okay.
How's everyone's volume in their ears?
I can hear
Is this
myself.
mine?
That's yours.
I can like hear you guys.
Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
buddy.
Talking to you.
Joey, when's the last time you were like in a... Oh, can I get mine up?
Check.
What is that noise?
That is just
Do you
like,
have
this
an
is a
intro?
noisy
Oh.
street.
We're in Glendale.
How's that for volume for you, JC?
Yeah.
Glendale, that's the sound of Glendale, California.
Those are
Okay.
some vehicles.
Sweet. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh my God, I'm gonna get buzzed.
Hey.
Jaws.
Dude, I'm very excited about this.
Here we go.
I kind of can't believe it.
Joe, you can't
It's been
say
a long
shit like
time.
In the middle of me drinking, I was about to spit.
I can say here we go.
Joey, what are
yeah.
you doing?
You can't say anything.
You're like
You're
a-
just
you
going to crack
here
us
we
up.
go.
You're like a Texan Mario. Here we go.
Yeehaw!
Texas boy.
Yeah,
what are you doing in LA?
That's a good question, Paul.
Thank you.
No, LA, man. It's I just left my previous job, like working for YouTubers, and then I was on my third round interview at Apple in Austin. I'm like, man, I'm gonna have a desk job. I'm just gonna chill the fuck out. Can I cuss?
Yes.
Great. So I was gonna like just chill out in a desk and just do Apple stuff, you know, just be a normal person. And then now I'm in LA working for YouTubers. So, you know, whatever. I just can't escape it. But it's fun.
You didn't move back. You still live in... Thank you, JC.
Thank you,
You
JC.
still live in Austin. You're just here visiting to like produce a bit or something?
I'm working full time with these people. And they're amazing.
Can you
And
say what it is?
Yeah, I can, I guess. It's
You don't have to.
Yeah, it's Rebecca Zamolo and her husband Matt Slays. They're incredible people. So I'm just being, now I'm their head of content, and I'm just helping them just iron out some kinks. Everything's great. Like their
Nice.
content's great. They're the best people I've ever met. Like I'm not even kidding. YouTube wise, they're not like 20 years old. Like you know what I mean? They're not just shitheads.
Yeah.
But yeah, and so now I get flown out to work for these people. You know, and it's great. I couldn't be happier. I was really
Good.
worried.
But we're
everything's
worried
great.
there we're going to be more shitheads.
JC's busted
Yeah.
already, you guys.
JC, man, I'm telling
Busted
you.
up.
JC, I can't.
That smile is so deep in there right now.
JC,
I
what's
love
so
it.
funny?
I'm just like, it's like, I laugh because of trauma.
I'm traumatized.
Because we weren't together the last gig. So it's
Right.
like,
And
Yeah.
what, it just got
No.
so like...
we legally can't say anything.
I legally, my lawyer,
Lips
we
are
can't say
sealed.
anything.
It's fun, man.
I'm
It's
just,
like Scientology.
So we'll just leave it out. We'll
all
leave
I
it
can
at
say
that.
is I'm in a good spot now.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to
That's a way to
emphasize
take the
now
high
like
road.
that? Are you
Yeah.
allowed to emphasize now like that?
Oh, is
like
there a now
Now
clause?
as opposed to not
Ooh.
right
Blink
now.
twice if he's right. Yeah.
That was a different time than
was a
now, but
different-
not the future.
Yeah. I'm happy now.
Not now either.
Well, that's good. I'm
good.
happy now, too.
yeah.
I'd say I'm pretty happy now as well.
I'm
Yeah,
very
you are.
happy.
Good.
Sorry, can
Yeah.
we talk about Paul for a second? Because I'm so proud of you. Because it's like
do you mean?
you've always, like years ago, like we're good at universe and shit. By the way, because
I've
Paul
noticed.
Paul is. You have always said you wanted to do stand up. He's always said
that's
that.
true.
And then he's never really done it. And now he's opening for Steve-O. You did it. I'm so proud of you.
Coming from
so
the
proud of
master
you.
of the universe, I
That's
appreciate
true.
that.
Do you remember?
We all do it.
Do you guys
You
remember?
do too.
Okay. Do you guys remember whenever? Okay, so Joey, context for everyone. Joey is just a master universer. Like we've known this
ultimate
about Joey.
universer,
He's
yeah.
great at universing. And
By that you mean like sourcing everything
no,
you
not
want.
even. He says something and it happens. He's
That's
like,
the first step to getting anything to happen.
I'm telling you, it's.
Except for losing weight.
It will happen.
But in a
Yeah,
sense,
you
though,
do
blind
that, do
belief
that.
in that thought that you have and saying it out loud, you're so good at that.
Yeah.
One time, Joey needed to get a car, and he's like, "I'm gonna get a Cadillac," and we're like, "Oh, okay, sure." He drives up in a Cadillac to work, and we're like, "Oh shit, you got the? How'd you get the Cadillac?" And he's like, "Oh well, my friend was moving to blah blah blah," and we're like, "Oh okay." I was like, "Oh, why were they moving?" And you're like, "Oh well, their dad died." So then, so then we're like, oh my god! For a little bit, there we were like, what if every time you universe something, the universe like
Right, like you got a car, but they lost their father.
And it like takes from something. Oh my god. It's like Domino in the Deadpool series. It's like she's lucky for everything, but then something bad happens like every time.
Is
she
that
does
part of the
something.
plot? I didn't even pick up on that.
Yeah, well, in the comics, like she's lucky, and it's like, oh, she'll land on something, but then like, she'll like survive, but then like somebody dies like next.
So
It's the
something
same with
really
the
good
show.
happened.
It's the same with the show
Oh.
Pushing Daisies, which I really
What
liked.
an amazing
I heard
show!
that's
I
good.
loved that show. It was good.
was
It
so
was really
good.
good. Yeah, I watched it like years
That
ago.
was like
and I
around
still
the
think of
era
it
when
and
like
pick it.
Breaking Bad first came out and shit.
Yeah,
I
it was
think.
a while back.
And it was what, like that, where a character was lucky all the time, but there was always
Yeah,
like
he figured out that he accidentally killed his dog one day and then touched the dog again and brought it to life. But then, like, basically, and then every time he does that, somebody else dies. So then, yeah.
Is it that?
Whoa.
Yeah.
So he brings
I thought
someone
it was-
to life and then kills somebody.
He
He was
can't-
killing his dog by accident. He's like, here we go.
Or no. Okay, wait, I got that backwards.
I know what it
You
is.
got the card.
I know what it
You
is.
got the okay.
Okay, if-
JC's gonna
okay,
tell the
so-
story correct.
Okay, so he can if he touches you, you come back to life. If he touches you again, you
Yes,
die.
there it is.
And then he brings someone back to life that he loves in like the first episode, and the whole season arc, like
His
the whole season
childhood
thing is
love.
that like
His childhood love.
he can't touch her because if he touches her again, she'll die.
Can't touch her skin. Can
No,
No,
no.
it
touch.
has to be skin to skin. Yeah.
They have like
Oh, so he
suits.
could-
No, he can't.
no,
they
yeah,
can't
no,
touch.
can't touch at all.
They
Can't touch at
literally
all.
have
Yeah.
like.
What if he had a stick and he touched her with a stick?
Dude, it's such a good show, and it's also like one of the first shows that was like, well, not first shows, but it was like very like magical. There's like very like
it's
surreal.
like yes,
in a sense.
it is surreal. I
That's
loved
pretty
it.
cool.
I actually like put it on when I was
It
on
only
the
lasted
plane
a
the other
season.
day. I know, which felt rude.
Yeah.
Rude, I would say.
Yeah. Fuck
How does that last only a season? Because
Offensive.
I've
I know.
heard people talk about this show before.
Seriously.
Yeah, how have they not
Yeah,
like
there's,
brought
like, a
it
cult
back? Like,
following
where's
for
the petition to
Yeah.
bring it back?
Starts here.
Get a Netflix revival or
Exactly,
something.
you're gonna get a Netflix
Season
revival.
2
Yeah.
coming my way.
Click on the link in the description.
There's a petition.
Yeah.
Just
If you
like
miss
this video
Pushing
if you
Daisies.
want.
Knowing,
Pushing Daisies.
knowing that I know that you don't want to edit this, I just want to say so many things.
Say
that,
whatever
like-
you want.
Say
Oh my
whatever
God.
you
Okay,
want.
so comment down below if you like Joey's beard.
Oh, stop.
It's so good. Look
it
at how
is
it trims.
good.
Like, well
It
trimmed.
is good.
It's my friend. So I have a guy in Austin that trims it. His name is Angel, and he just had a baby with his wife.
Shout out to Angel.
And him and I talk about crazy conspiracy stuff, and I like get my beard trimmed more often just to hear the shit that he says because I feel like
Like you
I'm
see
on it.
something on the news, you're like, oh, I gotta go get my beard trimmed.
No,
like I gotta
he's
talk
worse.
to Angel about this.
He says stuff I've never even heard. He's like, okay, all the Me Too stuff happened. Like, I've never even heard this one. He's like, all the Me Too stuff happened right as COVID hit, right? He's like, did you ever notice that, like, all the celebrities, like, they wanted everybody to work from home, right? And I'm like, okay. He's like, including celebrities? And I'm like, yeah, okay. He's like, yeah, well, when Epstein was on trial, like, all the diddlers, all the sex predators,
Thank
right?
you for both.
All the sexy
they're
predators.
all bad people. But he was like, you ever notice that Ellen, like, had to work from home because there's like shots of her with like an ankle monitor on and stuff. And so he's like, when everyone was getting outed for sex stuff, they had to work from home because they're under house arrest.
So
like,
wait,
whoa.
COVID happened so that to
Oh my
mask
God.
all the house arrest, so that we wouldn't be suspicious
Of Hollywood.
of like a
Of the
handful of
Hollywood
people on
elite.
house arrest.
Yeah, he was saying that they orchestrated it on purpose, like
love
to
it.
time it.
That's a
with
good
it,
one.
because it's all part of like one thing.
At
Yeah.
this point, life
like,
has
whoa.
been so ridiculous
Yeah.
that I'm like, I probably.
I mean,
I don't even know.
On the spectrum of like impossible, it's not impossible.
That's true.
It's a very small percentage of possibility, but I wouldn't deem it
Right before we
0%
started,
possible.
right before we started rolling, we came up with a pretty good one.
A what, conspiracy?
What was that?
Yeah, that because you guys were talking about how like QR codes made a comeback.
Yes, biggest comeback.
So
in a
what
while.
if
They're
the
doing
people
great.
who own
So
QR
good.
codes created COVID?
Man.
We're starting the. We're starting the.
But do they get paid for for every free QR code that someone makes?
And there's generators out there.
how does
I don't
that
know.
Does someone have a petition on QR codes and get like a penny per QR code? Can you fucking imagine?
Can you imagine?
That's like. Well, that's like.
I can imagine.
Okay, that's like the guy that made aglets. The things, the little pieces of plastic at the end of shoes.
That's what they're called. Seriously,
Aglets?
a dog in the
They're called
office
aglets.
ate one off somebody else today. I was like, I
What
know
is
what
it?
that thing's called.
Yeah. Oh my god.
The dog
You
said,
act-
it's the universe.
I have never used or thought about using that word in my entire life, and you actually wanted to use it today.
This dog ate one off of her shoe, and she's like, "Oh, your dog ate the plastic off my shoe." And I was like, "Man, if I just remembered what this was called, I'd be like dropping so
aglet.
much knowledge on these fuckers
Yeah.
right now." I'd be like, "Ooh,
You know what I always forget, and oh my god, I forgot it right now.
somebody, yeah."
I always forget that thing that like that white people do where they fucking they like scrub ice in front of a thing.
Curling.
Oh, curling.
Yeah.
I always forget.
Oh, the name of it? I was like, what? It's like, no, it's just about curling. Like, yeah. Curling. I mean, yeah, it's a weird name.
What a funny name for that. Like someone saw that was like curling.
I got
curling.
one.
Next.
We couldn't remember what it's
Nailed
called on the
it.
top of a lamp. It's like the thing that's on the top that screws onto the
Oh.
top.
Yeah, the
There's a
top
name-
screw.
Top screw.
That's a top screw.
We call that a top screw.
You said that so confidently.
That's the
top
key.
screw.
That's the key.
There's a name for that too.
There's
though.
a name
word.
for it. Maybe that's it. I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah.
You could have had your chance at
But
redemption.
Do you guys have like a name?
No, I've been thinking about that for
Weird
weeks.
names that you like just forget whenever you think about it. Or
I
like,
literally
talk about
fuck
it?
up words all the time.
For her, it's like
Idioms.
phrases.
It's phrases.
Idioms.
I combine
Oh,
phrases.
and-
I cannot.
She'll be like,
I'm
"Whoa, that
so
really
screwed.
screwed in the coffin." You know, like something like that. Or she's like, "Don't be a backyard driver, okay?" She's like, "No, that's not right. What is it?" Everything.
Yeah.
I have a thing in my
Really
phone
screwed the
called
peach.
Steenisms. Oh, I think I brought a lighter.
It's okay.
I'll open
I
another
like
one.
that.
with
That
you.
was good. Oh, wait,
Dude.
I'm drinking slow compared to you guys.
Yeah,
is
bro,
great.
this is our fourth.
Whoa.
So you know
Whoa.
Joey's Universing. Going back to
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Oh,
Where
shit.
were we?
Come on.
So we're working at the
Yeah.
Dudesons, and Joey's like in love with this girl on YouTube, watches all of her videos. One day she follows him on Snapchat or even like watched his snap or something, and he's like, I'm gonna marry this girl.
She liked a Facebook post.
She liked a Facebook
and I
post.
lost my fucking mind.
No, that's
I
true.
lost
yeah.
my mind.
And even before that happened though, or was it that after
would-
that,
I would
or even before that, you were like,
message her.
I'm gonna marry this girl.
No, it was
Yeah.
before.
Watch.
It was before. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember you saying that because I was like, "How are you gonna do that?" And you're like, "Just I'm gonna hit her up."
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I said it a lot.
It'd be like if Jason
Yeah.
was like, I'm gonna marry Kate Beckinsale, and then like a year later he's like, guys, I
Why did you
proposed
say
last
that?
night.
Say what you want to say, I guess.
Why did you say that out of all?
Because I want you to get a
you
boner
like
on my
it,
podcast. She
I'm
loves
like
Kate Beckinsale.
in love with Kate Beckinsale.
Serendipity.
say you're
This is
gonna
her-
marry her.
I'm gonna marry Kate Beckinsale.
But I need
Joey,
you to
you
meet
say
it.
it too.
Yeah, no, I'm already married
Yeah.
someone.
No, that JC's gonna marry Kate Beckinsale. You can both marry Kate Beckinsale.
No, let's be real.
No, I don't want Joey to do it. I want
Wait,
Joey
let me
to
see
die
that later. I need more
But wait,
drink.
for anyone listening, so now Joey's engaged to that girl.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
that's
the
true.
story.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Or
So
the
we
lighter.
are engaged.
Oh.
No,
Can I
no.
wear that later?
Honestly, like, what was it? I think it was like maybe
Mazel
like
tov, by the way.
after he told us, like 6 months after he told us that, it was Dez's birthday, and we were in downtown LA, and Joey was just like, oh no, we were in Hollywood, and Joey was like, guess who's coming tonight? And that's whenever Blair came for the first time with her friend, who didn't. Who one of my favorite moments in life
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
was we were outside of one of the
Like
theaters.
Pantages Theater.
Yeah, and we were talking about the Book of Mormon.
Well, because it's on the marquee.
Oh my God!
So he's like, I saw that. And we were like, oh man, yeah. Like
It's great.
I've heard such good things about it. Like I've heard it's just so funny. I've heard it's like the funniest thing. And he's like, oh, that's not what I saw. And we're like,
Oh,
wait.
yeah, because
and he's
he-
like, I was with this old man. He took me to see it, but it wasn't funny. And we were like,
And we're like, you did. Yeah, and we're like, oh, because we explained it's a play. We're like, it's a play. And he's like, oh, that's not what I saw.
That's not what I saw. Yeah. He's like, oh, I think someone took you to like a Mormon thing. He's like, yeah.
I forgot about that. That was so funny.
That story, I will never forget that because it was such a like TV show moment.
For sure. I hadn't laughed that hard in a long... Well, at that point in time, I hadn't laughed that hard.
Yeah.
We
JC's
laughed that hard
universing
5 minutes ago.
JC's universing powers is like in his lyrics. Like you'll rap.
Oh
like,
my God, he's the
like,
best rapper.
I'm on a beach. I got like my job is this. I work remote. I'm in
Seriously.
Mexico. Like while he lives in Encino or like whatever. And then like a year later, you're listening to this song. It's like, oh
That's
my God,
so true.
JC,
Yeah.
like,
Did he now he lives
That
in
did
Mexico?
happen.
Like he rapped his
He literally
rap-
did.
like, whatever he's
You were, like,
rapping about now,
stuck on the
a year
beach.
from now it'll be true.
Yeah, before even showing up in Sayulita, I remember like listening to songs, but like, oh, and because I, when we were in Encino, I had this weird thing about like rapping about the beach a lot when we were freestyling specifically, because we did a lot of jams at the Encino house, which you are now coolly
I've been digging
going
through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why did I say
Nice.
coolly? What a shitty word.
Coolly.
Coolly.
I like it.
Coolly.
Yeah.
Coolly.
You did that rather coolly.
We should make up like slang
That's
words.
good.
I've always wanted to make up a slang word.
But coolly,
did.
it would be like COOLLY. Like coolly.
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 Like excellently.
It's kinda
you
fun
add
to
the
listen.
ly, so cool.
With the headphones, it's fun to say.
cool.
Say it again.
Coolly.
Everybody at
Coolly.
home say coolly.
Wow, you're so good at that.
Oh, thank you.
You should do audiobooks.
So I've been told,
Yeah.
but never by people that make audiobooks. So,
Yeah, your voice has always been great. It's like deep and like hot. I've always been attracted to Paul. Sorry.
Can we talk about that? Can we unwrap that a little bit? Oh my God.
Paul's hot. Whatever.
Okay, one of my favorite moments in life. One of my favorite moments
Oh,
in
man.
life is that you, back when you were at the frat house, whenever you lived
Yeah.
on the frat house with Woody. Well, Woody just showed up a lot, I guess. It was
Yeah.
Pietro and fuck, who's the
And Chris.
and Chris and fucking Chris. Anyway, I remember like I stayed the night there one night after drinking or whatever the fuck. Or no, I had to get a ride to a job or something in North Hollywood, and you gave me a ride, and you're like, just wait a second or whatever. And I was like, all right, for what? And we had to wait for someone to come out, like a girl to come out. And you're like, you're gonna love her. She looks exactly like Paul.
Yeah.
You
She does, right?
You just talked me up about that for like so long. It was
She looks
so
just
funny.
like Paul. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna fuck her so good.
Funniest fucking thing I've ever seen. Also, you tried
She
to
did
fuck
look
me.
like Paul,
You tried to
though.
fuck me once too.
With a girl, a biological female. Let me
this
put
is
this on
true.
record.
Yeah. When we worked at Fat Sal's.
Yeah. I worked at a
guys were-
sandwich shop, a hip hop themed sandwich shop, and I wanted to have a threesome with my friend.
Who, by the way, one of the owners that we
shame,
saw
no
a lot
shame.
was Turtle from Entourage.
Whoa. Okay,
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Which is
a funny
Take
thing.
me back.
he launched it through the show, which was like brilliant.
Did
like,
he?
The,
Fat Sal's was launched
It
through
was on.
Entourage.
It was on Entourage.
on the
That's-
show, he was like, his character was like, yo, they don't got Fat Sal's out here in LA. Like, yo, Vinny, give me some money. Like, I'm gonna open Fat Sal's out here. And like, it's like a whole story arc for him bringing Fat Sal's to LA. But then they opened a real one. I don't know if
That's
the whole
so
thing was
smart.
the plan the whole time.
Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
I
But yeah,
never
like
knew
it
that.
was like,
cool.
I don't know what happened
Heard it here
first,
first.
or what. But yeah, it
Oh,
was like.
interesting.
It was like art imitating life, imitating art. It was cool.
Wow.
So yeah, I think it's like a brilliant move.
That's a great move. Yeah. No, and Fat Sal's like kills it. Like
Kills it.
They're great. They're fucking
Topher
great.
Grace came in one time, and I was like, "Whoa!"
Oh, that was your big celeb that we saw?
Yeah,
Dude, it was
Yeah,
honestly.
so
I saw
thought it was
Elijah
fun.
Wood like 2 weeks ago, and his family. He was sweet. He was
Nice.
like talking about how he's like, I really can't wait to go travel again. You know. I'm like, oh
Aw.
man, I heard his like desires.
You're like
he's gonna be
tomorrow?
traveling
No way.
soon. He's manifesting travel real soon.
Nice.
What?
Oh, I was
Whoa.
at Tim Mordor.
Yeah. Well, I noticed his son first. I like because he had like these piercing eyes, and then I was like, oh, I wonder
Dude,
like
yeah, he doesn't have the
I
eyebrows.
wonder
Yeah.
like what the rest of the family looks like, and then it was Elijah Wood.
Where'd you see
Wow.
that? Like in Los Feliz?
Yeah. Silver. Where was I? Silver Lake.
We were at brunch somewhere.
All Day Baby,
Oh, okay, cool.
which is right across from the place that you took me to, the Pork and Spoon.
Oh my God,
Pig
pork and spoon.
Pig,
Pork and
pig and
Spoon.
what is it?
Pork
I don't
and
know.
Spoon.
Don't
I'm
ask me.
fucking-
Are you talking about
haven't
Pig
even
and
been
Whistle?
there. What the fuck is that?
Oh, sorry, that's on Hollywood. Is
that a bar?
It's a very similar sounding.
Pork and Spoon is my favorite like restaurant in town.
That's great.
It's so goddamn.
That's the
good.
Filipino spot.
Yeah, the Filipino fusion spot, whatever, and they're like
Yeah.
just so nice and like every time like.
I've
last
been
time
back since you
when
took
we were
me.
there. Yeah, like I was like, I always bring people here, and he's just like surprised and happy. Like, what a kind human being. He's just like, oh my God, really? I'm like, yeah, dude.
That was
Like,
probably the best eggplant dish I've ever had.
Whoa,
Whoa, what was that?
whoa.
Might
Hello?
be me.
Hello?
Hello.
I feel like we're looking at a euphoria scene.
Yeah, like,
Yeah, dang.
are we in a new dimension now? It was like,
Is that what happened?
We just stepped. I don't know.
Like we died. Like
Just
a
now?
satellite fell on us and we
Dude,
just died. But now like
don't universe that.
we just
No,
continue.
that's not gonna happen.
satellite.
We're never gonna die.
You could be doing
You know,
anything.
I don't believe when someone says like, don't say that. Like as if like me saying it, like if I'm like, oh, like don't kill someone with your car today.
You
I'd
don't
be
knock
like,
on wood?
I'd be like, don't say that.
Do you knock
It's
on
like,
wood?
well, if I
'Cause
say
I
it, it's
do.
gonna
I
hit
definitely
someone
knock
with a
on
car.
wood.
Think about this logic, like right? Like let's say I'm gonna be walking from right here to the house across the street, right?
Yeah.
And I just walk there, like nothing's gonna happen. But if like the whole time,
Dick.
but if the whole
Twice.
time I'm like,
Back.
That again. Now we're
I'm
going
gonna
back.
trip, I'm gonna trip, like then there's
If you're
more-
worried about it, yes. But if I say you're probably going to get hit by a car when you cross the street, and you're like, don't say that. Like
say
me saying that is not because it's not just about saying something. It's like intention. Saying it just feeds the intention. Like the intention's there. Once you say it out loud, now the intention is like
Oh,
stronger.
here it comes. Oh, it's
Oh
here.
no, Paul!
Were you being shocked?
No.
Look, we gotta do something. My
do?
dumb
It's
first
gel.
instinct was to throw beer on him.
It's Christine's channel.
Okay.
I just
So
So
we're
let me swap out your.
or like,
Let's take a shot out of these fun shells.
is this why Adam McKay made that movie? Is it like the comic coming now?
Yes. Oh, that was a good movie. That was.
I thought it was good. Not
It was
great.
good.
Remember that movie?
which one?
This is
Don't look up.
Don't look up.
Oh, I was thinking
good.
of This
Yeah.
Is the End.
I will say.
Oh, this is the end. Is great.
Yeah, that's a fantastic.
It's been a while.
movie.
Actually, you know what? I've never seen This Is the End in its entirety.
Bro.
I rewatched.
funny.
You know what I
You need to watch
rewatched?
that.
Actually, The Hangover.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah, well done. Well done.
So good.
Hangover.
The
It's
first
like
one is
a-
so
it's
good.
just
So good.
flawless movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so good.
So fun.
It probably shouldn't have had sequels.
No,
You
but
know,
like
I
it's a
never-
money grab.
They weren't the word.
How many do they have? What do you mean sequels? There's three.
There's
three
three.
total.
The
It's a
third,
trilogy.
the third one was not.
I mean, it obviously got. They could get sloppy with it, though. Think about it, because it's all about being sloppy.
That's true.
Well, and
I just-
like,
I don't
I'm
know,
not
it
mad
just
at
didn't-
them. Like,
didn't hit.
I think
Didn't
it's
hit.
a money grab. They knew it's a money grab. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
let's fucking
No, Todd Phillips, get your
milk
money.
this thing. You know, like
He wouldn't have made the Joker if he didn't make three of those fucking movies. Wait, did he do all three? Did Todd Phillips do all three?
Is he the guy that did Kick-Ass?
Did Todd Phillips do? I don't know. I just know Todd Phillips did the Joker, or Joker with Joaquin Phoenix as well as
No
The
fucking
Hangover.
way. Joker was really good.
And Todd Phillips actually the Hangover was kind of cool because he believed in it so much that he put, if I remember correctly, I could be wrong, but he put a good amount of his own money into the production.
Of
'Cause he-
Joker?
No, of The Hangover.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because the studio was just like, this isn't gonna work, and he put his money into it, and then like, yeah, and I guess I think it was like a clause of like, I get some of the whatever you make, back,
right,
you
like
know?
more back end.
Yeah, exactly, which is fucking smart.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I feel like we're going all over the place, but
It's just one of
Might
those
be,
kind of podcasts.
related to the fact that I keep sliding by bottles across the table.
that's true.
Barkeep, fill us up.
Barkeep.
I
I mean,
want to.
if anyone watching this, I should have said this at the beginning, but this is going to be the shit show of all shit shows. Maybe not even listenable.
It's actually Christmas Eve around here. You've got your tequila.
Oh.
My dad was like, when there's four people, there's a lot of crosstalk. Hard to tell who's talking.
He's
Because
awesome.
he listens
that he
to him, he's not watching it.
Oh, interesting. Oh, okay.
But
I'll
I was
be-
like,
I'll be more
those
conscious.
are the funnest ones, though.
Hey, Paul's dad. Your son is hot. This is Joey. I just wanted to be clear.
So, okay, let's talk boyfriends.
Yeah, who's dating who here? What the fuck? Tell me the tea. What's happening? No,
So who are you dating?
No, not like who are your guys'
no,
boyfriends?
I know. I'm just joking. I kid.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Regret.
I'm just making jokes because Joey keeps hitting on my man.
Yeah.
Whatever. I was with him first.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you're gonna talk about how we hooked up one night. Maybe.
Well,
guys-
we might have.
you guys
we
may
heard
have hooked
about
up
us
one night.
blacking out after
Listen,
the Trans Porn Awards.
that's
Wait,
all right.
can I say
I
from my
did hear
perspective?
about that. Yeah,
Can I
yeah.
say from my perspective?
You heard about that?
I did hear
What
about
did
that.
you? Wait, I want to hear Christine say first.
Oh, yes.
I mean, I don't know if there was that much more other than it was just like a night filled of debauchery that, that
No,
ended.
but what about the note on the door? Do you remember that?
Note on the door.
Somehow I knew this was gonna come up. I ordered
I
Fat
have
Sal's the
the
other
note.
night. I'm like, I know I'm gonna hear
Note
about
on
this.
the
do?
door. I
have
don't
the
remember
note.
what
That's
the note
art.
on the door was.
That's a good note.
It's like
Note
my
on the
it's
door.
my NFT. You're my NFT. It's like a Valentine's. Like, baby, you're my NFT.
You know what? You know what?
That's a
That's
song.
good.
You're my NFT.
I want you to say
We
what
gotta do
the
it,
note
like,
was.
It's happening tonight.
I want
You
you to
stay
tell
here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
What'd you
Joey
say?
raps too, by the way. Just
Well, wait. We left people on a cliffhanger here. What happened after the Trans Porn Awards? Well, JC, you were going to tell your side of it.
let's
I
hear
wanna know about the note.
Joey's
Okay.
Look. Okay. Why don't you tell your story? Then I'm gonna follow up with the fact that because I have a redemption arc actually as of recently with Fat Sal's.
Beautiful. All right.
Why did you? Well, I didn't
So
even know
JC's
this.
like the prequel. JC's the
So-
pre.
You'll be A, B, I'll be C.
Okay,
That's
very
what you're telling
briefly
me,
because this is so fucking boring. But I was the first employee to work
Well,
at the
he's B,
Hollywood.
but we're doing B first.
like, okay, cool.
I was the first employee to work at the Hollywood location of Fat Sal's. I was friends with the owner, and I did the first rap song on their message machine.
This is
I'm
true.
very proud of this. And then after the Tranny Porn Awards, or trans porn, I can say that word, right? I think
Joey's trans.
I'm trans.
Joe's got a T-pass.
Yeah, I got a T-pass. Anyway, wow, I'm starting to get drunk. Sorry.
Me too, dude.
Holy shit. What did I do? I ordered food and then I said like,
Oh,
it's on.
Why are you B? Why is B going before A?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, here's what happened. We go to the Trans
Coming
Porn
back to
Awards.
me.
Uh-huh.
You were like, Paul, you want to come with me to the Trans Porn Awards? I was like, yes.
Yeah. That was
So
awesome,
we pre-gamed at the Dudeson's office because this is in the era where we're working at the Dudeson's and we just have a house in Hollywood.
I had a girlfriend, so
that-
I went home.
all to ourselves.
Yeah.
JC went home.
Gay. Yeah, it's gay. You
went-
didn't come to the porn
Yeah,
awards.
JC
the
went home
trans
like a
ones.
damn aglet. We got drunk, walked to the awards, went in. We were just like schmoozing with people. I remember I met
Yeah.
a couple like shady, like some older guys who like produced the movies. You
Very
know, like
shady.
And it's always like. It's like, this is Billy. And
It's
he's
a
like
word.
in a...
It's a world.
It's just a weird
Oh,
thing.
that was Bob. Yeah.
Oh, Bob, yeah,
Bob's
Bob.
T-Girls.
There
You
you
guys
go.
talked about
Bob.
this. I remember this.
So then,
Bob.
the last thing I remember, we like, there were like some open seats. Because like we didn't have seats. We just had tickets to it. But we didn't have like a table with like seats. You know?
Right.
And we like saw some, and so we sat in them. Mm-hmm. And then I just remember at some point somebody told us, we can't sit in those seats.
Right.
That's the last thing I remember.
Yeah.
Till the morning.
She was very rude because she asked to see my dick one time at Jordan's house, and then but she told me to like not sit there during the porn awards. So, I guess that's a statement
weird.
on my dick. I'm sorry, I don't know where I'm going with this.
Wait, hold on.
I lost my train of thought there.
I could be wrong, but was that following morning for you guys the best morning ever? Whenever we came up with like boyfriends and all that stuff,
Wait,
and you took
that
the
was the
picture of the
morning
boy
No.
with the boy shirt because I have a. Okay, no, it probably wasn't. Anyway,
Wait a second. Y'all never finished this story.
Okay, so I wake up in the
yeah.
morning. We're at the Dudeson's office. It's like, what happened last night? You know, one of those. Joey like stumbles in from the other room because you were on the couch, probably in Yuka's office or something like that. And then
Sure.
you like open the door, and you're like, oh, there's a note on the door, and this note says, nobody at Fat Sal's knows Joey. I'm the delivery driver. Like, you guys owe me money. Here's my number. And he left his number. And so we were like, what? So we call this number, and he explains. He's like, oh, dude, I delivered you sandwiches last night. I show up. You guys don't have any money. And then Joey says, like, go back. Tell them it's Joey's. Like, tell them it's Joey Sarson. They'll be cool with it. Like, trust me. They'll be cool with it. And they'll comp it.
I don't even have
And so he went back. He went back. They said, no, we don't know who that is. Go back there and get your money. So then he had to drive back to the office, and we were passed out. Like, he banged on the door. Nothing. Like, we passed out after the after we ate our sandwiches.
We ate them too.
Probably. Of course we ate them. Like, he gave them to us. He was like, fine, I trust you. Then he goes back. The guy was like, like, I brought it to Joey. So he said it was cool. And they're like, what? And then he came and we gave him like $60 or something. Like, we called him and
Oh,
we
we
were like,
did? I
come
don't even
by.
remember
And
that.
we like scrounged up, which $60 was a lot.
That's really good.
Yeah.
that's a great tip. Yeah.
That's a good tip. Because he was a cool guy.
Well, because I remember going to the office and like you guys.
And he made 17 trips.
I remember you guys being asleep. In my brain, it's like I remember you guys being asleep or at least like groggy or something, and then you guys told me that story. Was that because that would have been a Saturday if you went to the Transporn Awards? Was that the Sunday that we went to home? Because there's a specific Sunday in our lives.
Sure.
And
what was the
I
best
know
Sunday
we
ever?
all
That
remember
night
that
was
day
great.
like it was
Dream
9/11.
Sunday.
The night-
That day was good for us.
Yeah,
was.
It was a
was.
very
Big
memorable
day.
day. Yeah.
Set the
Yeah.
scene, guys.
Well,
Set
the
the
night
scene.
before,
I feel
whether
like
it was the
that-
Transporn Awards or not, the night before, like the best day ever,
Yeah.
you got in a fight
With Ella.
with Ella.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And so I remember it was a kind of like, just come out, meet up with us.
I do remember that. Yeah, I'm like foggy as well.
What they
But
fight
would you
about?
have driven to
Shut
us? Would you have driven or like Ubered to us?
I think I Ubered. Pretty sure I Ubered.
So you Ubered to us.
I remember being
this-
like,
this
I don't
does
want
add
to be. I remember being like, I don't want to be home on Sunday. Where are you guys at? I
Like,
remember
we are
that feeling.
Still drunk, and we are at the Dudesons,
Yeah.
at the office.
And you guys
So you got there. This does add up because we took Ubers everywhere we went.
Yeah.
So what this day was and why it was
Can
the
we
best
talk about
day
the day? Because
ever.
it was a great day. Do you remember the great day?
I
Do you
remember
remember the great
everything
day?
about it. Oh. Yeah, it was
Let's
great.
talk about the great day.
Please be my guest.
Please.
Okay, what I remember is that I showed up with you guys. You guys told me all that stuff. I thought that was hilarious, and I was like, I made the joke like, "Oh, did you guys fuck?" And then like,
We're like, I don't think so.
yeah.
I don't know. We didn't think about it. Like, I don't think so.
But then it was like, but we are hungry, and then we're like, let's go to
Starving.
home. So we went to home in Los Feliz, or Los Feliz, because I know it bothers you.
Yeah. Well, the word is feliz. I mean,
I know I'm Hispanic.
You're
I know,
Spanish.
but it's California, whatever.
That's also Spanish.
It's rodeo, not rodeo, whatever. So we,
Rodeo is Spanish.
oh god damn it. So
No, but on the way to home, we're in an Uber. The Benjamin Clementine
that was
song.
Oh, we were on a roll with
We
Benjamin
just
Clementine.
discovered
Wow.
Benjamin Clementine. He was on the Gorillaz album, and so we looked up his music, and
We
he
were
has
all in
got
shock.
that one song. We were like, "This is unfucking real."
This is
we
a
were
part of-
like,
Yeah.
we'll be telling people like, "Yeah, I remember when I just saw like this one little video." Like it was like you know, because like we were like, "This guy's gonna be the biggest thing in the world soon."
Yeah.
He should be.
and he still should be. I love Benjamin.
I gotta keep.
Clementine.
I gotta
he's
keep
been-
up with him because that was incredible. That
He's
was
been in a big
life-changing.
movie. I forget what movie, but he's been in a big movie recently.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, like a
Yeah,
Star
yeah.
Warsy kind of movie, or
I think
like
so,
a Legion,
something.
or like
Something.
Really?
Okay,
He's
so-
an actor now.
so we went
great.
to-
Good
well-
for him.
Well, so on the way, we were like, we got to play this Benjamin
And we-
Clementine song, and the guy was like,
No,
my Bluetooth won't
no.
work.
This is on the way
Oh.
back. I remember this. This is on the way
Okay,
back.
table that.
And then
Yeah,
we,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
put a pin in
Yeah,
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Put a pin in
So
that.
we go to home.
We go to home. We sit at home, and we're just like, all right,
Which,
cool.
to be clear, is a restaurant.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's a restaurant.
A restaurant in Los
It's a
Feliz.
breakfasty restaurant that's like, yeah, they have a good brunch. So we sat there, and then I remember because like that was when we knew Patty. That's because we'd been at party.
Didn't we have to wait
Oh my
for the
god!
table?
You guys
we
are.
did, and then we walked around because we walked by Charlie's house because Charlie used to his old house. Was
We had
by.
like a half hour
I
before
forgot
the
about this.
table.
Yeah.
So then we walk over. We're just walking around. We go near Charlie's house. There's those epic staircases. We took the picture of you with the shirt that
Oh,
said
we
"Boy."
bought it from.
No,
We
no,
bought that from a yard sale.
We
first.
found a yard
remember?
sale.
Of course, we went to the yard sale.
Oh,
We bought the
oh,
boy shirt.
Yeah, we walked around to buy time.
That's
And then Paul,
my
you're like, I
style.
know this
love it.
staircase nearby.
Yeah.
It's like good for photos. I'm like, great. I'll take the gayest photo I've ever taken. I didn't say that, but it was the
But you
gayest.
did it.
It's great. It's a great photo.
It's a great.
Can you pop it up on screen? Do you do visuals here?
I
He
don't.
hates doing
I
it.
probably won't, but I might.
It's a great photo.
Comment down below if you want to see
I
the
didn't.
photo.
I didn't. Did I?
It's a great photo.
So we took the photo. Yeah, you're right. We
photo.
had to wait. We had to wait for because home. A lot of people go to home, so we're like waiting
It
in
was
line.
popular.
But then we got in and we sat down in our server. She and her brother were at like a party that we had played at Patty's. Do you remember that? Because
I remember knowing her, but I didn't remember.
Wow.
what.
That's-
See, I
that's
don't
why-
remember this. So this is good. So we're all
yeah,
remembering different
that's
things.
why
It's crazy.
well, we remember her or whatever. Or she knew us, and then she was very adamant about being like, no. I'll give you guys like 15% off or 20% off or whatever. We got like a really good deal that day. Also, we sat down and we were like, man, it'd be fun to like make a comedy movie or something or whatever the fuck. And that's what we like. I think we already had boyfriends in our heads, but we thought about like how that would be per season if it was a show that we sold, because we had this
Yeah.
idea about how every season would be a different like vibe. Like the first season is like an actual TV show, second season's a sitcom, third season's a documentary, and we're like playing with that. I specifically remember that, and then how we're really stoked on that, and then we dipped, and then got
Then we're in the
Uber.
car. Guys, like my Bluetooth can't work. We're like, we got to play this song. And we drank more at home, obviously.
I think we drank to the point where like we weren't berating the Uber driver because I do remember this.
No,
but
we were happy drunk.
We were
super
happily
happy.
There was
insistent.
nothing.
It's also like
Yeah, there's
1 o'clock. It's like 1 p.m.
Right.
Maybe 12:30.
He was like, "Sorry, my Bluetooth just doesn't connect to like strangers' phones," and it's like,
No,
I
Paul
know
was
it
like,
does.
"We're gonna figure this out." No, you were
very insistent.
I was in shotgun.
insistent.
Was
Yeah,
I
'cause you're very
shotgun?
tight.
Or
What's
was
that?
I in the
You were
back?
shotgun.
I think
You
I was
were
shotgun.
shotgun.
I was like, we're gonna do this, buddy.
We couldn't get off of it.
And he was actually very happy. Like he was a super like
Yeah.
very
He was like,
positive.
hey, if you can do it, go for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
we played him this. We were like, you got to hear this song, really. And then that song went, and it was like a movie. And in my head, it was like, this is the opening scene of like season 1. Like it starts in this car ride with this song. It at least felt like that. You know when life feels like a movie
For
a little
sure.
bit. You know,
It felt
like
really
in my
right.
head, sitting in
Yeah.
that car, looking around. I was like, this is scene 1.
I do vividly remember whenever we stopped in front of the office for him to drop us off. He was like, "Hey," and we're like, "What?" And he's like, "Do y'all want to like hang out? Like, do you want to like ride a little bit longer? So y'all are super cool. Like, y'all are so fun." And we're just like, "We're good. We gotta go." Like, yeah.
Oh, we like dipped on him.
We're not car people, but
But
thanks.
it was cool. I never had an Uber driver be like, "Do you guys want to hang out? Like, y'all are fucking cool." Like, I remember that after like, because we like there was a silent ride with this song.
Well, we
all
were
the
like
way
on.
to there.
We were sort of like. 'cause
Wait, I'm
this is
sorry.
when-
Which song
We
again?
were electric.
It's
Fuck, what Benjamin Clementine song is it?
That's funny. I can't remember what song it was, but it was one of the bangers.
the music video is amazing.
Everything he does is a banger, but like
It's like
He's
his
so-
biggest
he's so
music
cool.
video.
Yeah,
it was the black and white one. Was it
Yeah.
the black and white one?
I'm sure.
It's like a question, like what would you?
I won't complain.
I won't complain.
Bruh.
That's got to be it.
And I won't complain.
Bro,
The music
I got
video is like
chills
he's got
just-
the eyeballs. Remember the like thing with the eyeballs?
I don't know.
I'll show it to you.
It's
know
like
it.
very
I got
like
chills
90s
just you
music
even
video.
saying
It's
that.
phenomenal. It's
He's-
phenomenal.
He's amazing.
But we were like in this era, we were making like substantially viewed YouTube videos all the time and these live streams. So like we sort of had an on switch that was like kind of really like clicked on very easily.
Yeah.
It wasn't like
We got YouTube.
here we
holy
go.
shit.
Like probably in that car ride, like we were entertaining as fuck.
If anything, I
because
would
like
say-
we were sort of performing for this guy a little
Yeah.
bit. I bet.
I bet. And we don't even mean to do it. Like even
No.
right now, like when us three link up, we're like, bah, 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 bah.
well, it's kind of like an improv thing, right?
it's
Like
crazy.
an improv troupe, kind
Yeah.
of. Whenever like they're together.
But it's like a band that jams together every day, and then you hear them jam. Like you're gonna be like, these guys are fucking amazing.
Yeah,
True.
Versus if you just jam one time once a year, it's not as good. Like we were just like practiced with like chemistry because
Yeah.
chemistry was sort of like
Back
Can't
to the
teach that.
chemistry.
What we got
Back to
paid
this
for.
chemistry.
yeah. I
like
might have
how
sucked
you
Joey's
keep it.
dick. I might have sucked his dick. He didn't fuck me.
Yeah.
I didn't fuck him.
But I'm not
Can we
about
say that?
getting
Like-
my dick sucked.
I think
Honestly-
so because I think
You would feel
I'd
it. next
feel
day.
it and I'd smell
Oh,
it.
but you're not a dick sucker. He's like, you're not a
No,
dick sucker.
maybe we kissed. That's
Yeah,
probably
it's
the
more
most
of a-
I can really picture
we probably
accepting that
kissed
night.
and we were like, wait. You're Paul.
Like we were
That's
talking to the
probably-
Fat Sal's guy. We're like, we
who's
just
saying
gave
that?
Why
him
did I
shit.
try to fuck both of you? This is awful.
Oh, we didn't even get my fuck story.
Oh yeah, so
Yeah.
you're working at Fat Sal's. That's how this all started.
Oh shit.
When you were working at Fat Sal's, you go back. You guys are partying.
God.
No, not even.
No, but like
God.
like when
No,
someone's like,
Joey-
"Hey, you want to party?"
Well, we had shifts. There's like a morning shift, afternoon shift, or like midday shift, or whatever the fuck, and then and the late night late night shift. Actually, our late night shift was like long.
It was
like
late.
till
It
like
was
4
late. And then
a.m.
we were open till like 3 a.m. And we had to close. It was like 4
Yeah,
a.m.
so I think I was doing a super late night shift by myself, or not by myself, but like not with Joey. I was used to working with Joey. It was so fun working with Joey.
Oh, so fun. We'd
Dude,
play
we
like rap
put-
music
yeah,
and stuff.
we
And
put,
like
like,
the owner kept a gun like
we put
behind the
vodka in
counter.
our
It was
Sprite.
great.
Yeah.
We were, like,
what was the
fucking-
name of the? No, it wasn't a gun. It was a machete. What was the name of the machete?
Well, there was a gun in the safe. He gave a speech to all the employees. He's like, "Hey guys, I don't even care if I say it, but he was like, guys, if somebody comes to rob the restaurant, I've been waiting for this my whole life." He goes, "I want to act really scared." I'll be like, okay, and then I'll go and open the safe. I'll be very nervous. I'll open the safe, and then I'm gonna pull out my gun, and I'm gonna blow his head off in front of all of you. And I've been waiting for this moment my whole life.
And then he
whole life, and
then
I'm
he-
so
And then,
amped on it.
But
and
then,
I was like, whoa.
but then he
Wow.
he honestly asked us like, "Are you guys okay with that?"
yeah, he's like,
He's like, "Are you
guys
okay with that?"
And what everyone's like,
I mean, I guess it's cool
Yeah,
to
I mean-
get consent.
But it's like it's such a wild
Consent
scenario.
is
It's like,
important.
yeah, sure, that might happen.
I mean, I'm still telling the story. I love it. It's awesome.
it's a good story.
What was our bodyguard's
Wow.
name for? Because
Thunderwolf.
Thunderwolf, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, Thunderwolf. Thunderwolf. I saw Thunderwolf outside
works
of
out of,
the Standard. He was doing what's that place by the
Oh,
Standard?
that's the strip club. Yeah, that's the body shop.
Body shop. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I'd go out and like,
That's
in
funny. I
WeHo-
ran into him there too. Yeah,
Yeah,
which is weird.
dude,
Why are we at
Thunderwolf.
the body shop? Yeah, we shouldn't tell that. Cut that.
Anyway, so fuck, where was I at? I lost my train.
So
of
he's
thought.
standing outside. Your
Thunderwolf?
security guard, Thunderwolf.
No, yeah, it was one of those nights where I had to like.
Where was I? Oh yes, Thunderwolf. The security.
Thunderwolf outside of the strip club in Hollywood.
It was one of those nights where I had to like work late, whatever. And this is when I lived at the island, so like I had a long commute back, and I hit up Joey because Joey lived like fucking like 2 blocks away from Fat Sal's at the point in time. I was like, hey, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm over at my house. Come over. So I go over.
God, I forgot the stories about me trying to fuck you.
It's already
I did.
Sorry.
So I show up.
Is there
and-
another beer?
I'll
For
fetch
it,
more
Jeff?
beers. Keep
Okay, we
telling
get-
the story.
Okay. Oh yeah, beers would be great. So, no, I show up at your place, and man, I forget her name.
Julia.
No. I know Julia, but your roommate, because you guys had a turtle,
Oh,
and you guys
Brittany.
did turtle racing,
Yeah, we used to race
Turtle
our turtles in Venice
racing.
Beach.
and like bet on it, dude. It's like a whole
That's
thing.
cute.
Bet on our turtles. Like, yeah, she was awesome.
So-
she lives in Nebraska.
So
now.
I show up, and like there's this turtle on the ground, like walking around, and like
a racing turtle.
racing turtle.
Prize turtle.
And Joey's like explaining to me the whole racing thing, blah blah blah, and Julie is there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, whatever. So then I sit down and we're all talking. We're just like, hanging out. And I was like, yeah, I gotta leave soon, but I'll hang out with you guys. And so at first, like Joey's right here on the couch, and there's like a section over here, and Julia's over here. But then Julia like sits next to me. She's like, I just want to hear you more. I was like, all right, cool. So we're like all talking and stuff, and like. They're like there's space in between us, but like in my perspective, I just remember being like slowly encroached in, like they just get closer and closer and closer to me, and Julia's
That was our tactic.
she's cute,
hot.
she's fucking hot, yeah, and she's just like, and I've met her with you before, and she's kind of giving me the vibe of like, oh yeah,
I can't wait to tell my story about her like real quick after this because that's weird too.
That's a
Okay,
good
so
one, 'cause I
they're
know-
encroaching.
yeah, and then
No personal
and then I
space.
remember Julia putting her hand or like her arm around my shoulder and like pulling me in, whatever, because. I'm pretty sure you guys are like on drugs. I forgot like what you guys were on.
Oh, a lot of drugs.
Yeah, because I was like, "What are you guys on?"
That's
You
what I
guys-
meant. But you guys were like partying. I didn't know if you wanted me to say you were on drugs.
Who
But
cares?
if I remember the story
This is
right,
like
you're
us
on
back in the
drugs.
day. This is
I'm
like,
like
yeah,
looking
we're
at
young.
the cameras. I'm like, yeah,
We're young. We were young. This shit was crazy.
young.
We were young.
But
you're young.
she puts her arm around me, and I was just like, "Oh, this is nice." And then I feel like another arm come around this shoulder.
I feel like
And
this
it's
arm.
just- well, you.
What was this?
If I
what
remember
was this
correctly,
arm?
you were like, "Here, stand right here." Like, this is you, because you were definitely on my right side.
Yeah.
Whatever. So you're like, "Yeah, dude." You're like, "What are you doing later?" And I was like, "I'm about to go." And you're like, "Do you want to go?" And he like,
Oh my god! I remember.
Wow,
That's so crazy.
yeah. And you guys
No,
moved over.
that
And you guys
could
were in a
work.
you guys were in a state where I felt comfortable being like, nah, not at all. And I was like, hey, no.
But I was like, you could fuck her while she sucks my dick and like.
I remember, no, you laid it out.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
laid
yeah.
it out very simply.
And I
It's
remember
like,
looking
we
at
could,
her, and she
really
was just
do this.
like,
we could do this whole
she's
thing.
like,
Had you guys
sounds fun.
pre-negotiated? Like, let's get JC.
I don't
her
think
and I
so.
were freaks.
This is true. I've
So
heard.
just so you know,
I heard
this is
stories.
actually
It sounds
really
like
weird.
it.
So
the
she
silent
is a biological woman, right? And
She's. I forget about this. Yeah.
yeah, so she's a biological woman who's only attracted to trans men.
Okay.
And
Men
Joey's
who were
inverse.
biologically born a woman,
That were
now
born-
a man.
Yeah, and I am a biological man but I'm attracted to trans women, which are men who are people who are biologically.
We know,
not
we know.
dudes.
The
God
opposite.
damn it.
You guys are the opposite.
Now girls. God damn it.
You're the
I'm
opposite.
laughing
So
at
we're
how
the
you explain it.
opposites, but her and I would fuck like crazy ever since we were 15. Like
Oh.
for all the way up until
Before
like,
either of you were into
before
trans,
way before the trans stuff.
Yeah.
her and I both. And it's
In
crazy.
Virginia.
Yeah, in Virginia, and then all the way up until like.
So did you like have a meeting up at one point, and you're like, "Are you like what are you into?" You know, and she was
We
like,
kind of
"Oh,
never-
like
Yeah,
trans
over
guys,"
coffee.
and you're like, "I'm gonna."
We actually never
Trans-
talked about it, which is super weird. But like her and I clicked up in like the best. It was like really good. I don't know.
I don't know if you can find Julia because I don't even know who Julia is.
All I know is I got
Who's
mad
Julia?
respect for her. She's great. Like I hope she's doing well.
So
We
did
all,
you-
we all have our ups and downs, you know. Like
She used to come into Fat Sal's after
Who knows?
that, like a couple times, like on the late nights or whatever. And I was just,
yeah, she's great.
Yeah, she-
Yeah,
she-
but isn't that weird though? Like because it's like because if I'm with like a biological woman who's into that, and then I'm like a biological man that's
right?
into that.
She's like
But,
the
like, we
yin to
would
your
be-
yang, but like even like out farther almost. Like it's a more complicated piece fitting in together. You know,
I guess
the yin and the yang.
Lots
it's
of
all
sides.
it's all a lot of it's a
During
lot of
this whole
yangs,
era,
honestly.
I'm living in Florida. This was when I was in ska band. So like,
oh god, that's
I
a
miss
whole
this
thing
whole
in
era. Like I
itself.
was just jealous of
Paul,
not being around.
You were on Fuse TV.
I was on Fuse TV at the time.
Oh my god, Paul.
Which is so funny to me of you being jealous of it. Like
You
don't
were-
know.
you
But
were
I just
we're
missed
so
you
proud and
guys.
stoked of you.
I missed you guys so much, dude. I felt the whole time I was in Florida, I felt like I still lived in LA. I was just like never home. That's how it felt. I didn't feel like I lived in Florida. I feel like I was just in there for a while.
Yeah,
feel you.
And like the second I quit the band, like I was like back to, it was like a vacuum was like sucking me towards LA. And as soon as I was like detached, like I just went right back.
When you came back,
you
so
were
we-
right to leave that. I mean, I felt like
Yeah.
I always felt like you were home with us. you know?
Yeah.
But also,
it felt
when you,
like that.
When you came back, was that whenever we moved to NoHo?
I came back. Yeah, we moved. I moved right into the NoHo
So it was like mid-century era.
house. You already had the job at Mid Century. Again, like you guys made it
Guys, by
so
the way,
easy for me.
Mid-Century's a
Twice you made it so
furniture
easy for me.
Joey makes it easy for me too. I love you so much, by the way,
Yeah.
for that. Yeah.
Yeah,
What,
like
the furniture store.
Yeah,
Just jobs in general.
Oh, I've gotten JC so many jobs.
that's true.
but it's
JC's
okay.
got me like every job. Also, JC and Charlie have probably gotten me every job I've ever had.
How's
except for
Charlie,
this
by
one.
the way? Because he
Good. I
was like,
just saw him. We hung out. He came over. We watched tennis.
Had a sleepover.
We had a sleepover.
Really?
You watch tennis.
Did you guys kiss?
Yeah, there was a new.
I thought you.
I blacked out. I don't know.
thought you mispronounced tenant.
No, Tenet sucks.
Ew, Tenet
I started
sucks.
it on a plane.
Ew, that was the worst
and
movie ever. I
wanted
couldn't
to
get through it.
punch
at
the
all.
lady next to me.
I haven't seen it.
Oh,
Ugh.
Is it?
because I
Yes.
love bad movies, bad action movies. I was like, sign, let's do it.
That-
Tenet. I watched it on a plane. Too bad to watch even.
Is it?
Thank
is it
you. I'm
pretentious?
so glad you hated that movie.
Oh.
That movie had its
No, it's
head
just
so
like
far up its ass.
Complicated, just for fun, and like it just
Sucked
it
ass
sucked.
and dicks.
Is
and
it
balls.
like
it sucked everything?
Is it like
Sucked
I
all
speak the
things.
language, but I have to put the subtitles on?
Not even. It's like
You have to watch it like 10 times to appreciate it, but it's like, what fucking movie do you want to watch 10 times to appreciate? Like, it sucked. It was so
It was
bad.
just a piece of
I'm
shit.
actually mad about it. Just
Okay,
thinking about.
sorry, I was
I gotta
having
go
fun.
pee.
do it.
Go for it.
The
Just
bathroom is through either door, and then one more door in.
Okay.
Round the way.
Oh yeah, like you guys always made it so easy for me. Like after school, you guys moved to LA first. I was in Chicago, and you guys hit me up. Was like, "There's a room, rent is cheap. Come if you want." I was like, "I can't say no to that," you know. Like, and then after I quit the band, I was moving back to LA. You're like, "We're getting a house," so like I helped from afar, but that's basically doing zero work.
No, but also it's
And
interesting.
you were also like, I got a job. I can probably get you a job there. Like, it was like, wow, okay, great. And it was just like, I was just like, walked, like my hand was held through everything, I feel like, by you and the crew.
Yes,
The
buds.
family
Yeah.
helps.
It's also kind of like a universal thing too, because like the timing always worked out, which is really interesting to me. Like the timing always worked out for me personally. Like Joey's like actually taking a piss right now, but like we had like a weird situation in like our lives at that point in time, at least for me specifically, and like yeah, whatever. So I was like kind of a piece of shit. I was just kind of like chilling at the house, not doing shit, just like making music and stuff, and like not really doing anything for myself. And
During what, the Fat Sal's era?
during the island when we first moved here.
Oh,
Yeah,
when
yeah.
I was there or after I left?
Both. I just like wasn't doing anything for myself. Really.
Were you like down on yourself? Like I fucking blew it? Because you guys were pretty hot in Orlando. You
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
were like a hot thing.
Yeah. And then we got to Orlando and like obviously things fizzled out, whatever the fuck. But whenever I was like, kind of like on my lonesome, because it was kind of like a duo situation. When I was on my lonesome, I was like very in my own brain about things. And anyway, long story short, I was a piece of shit, and I remember like I'll never forget this. And Joey like just called me one day. He's like, "Hey, I got this job. I'm getting this," because he moved out of the island, and he was like, I'm gonna be working at Fat Sal's. You should come fucking work for me. And I was or not work for me, whatever. Like I'll get you a job. But then I was like, I don't know if I want to do that. And you're like, what the fuck are you doing? Get the fuck out of there. Come to Hollywood with me. Like you were so like you whipped me into shape. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I love you and I appreciate you.
I love you too.
That means
I'll double down on that.
Boys.
We're at the island.
Yeah.
I didn't want to get a real job, you know? Nobody did.
None of us
Joey
did.
did. Joey was going out trying to get
Joey
jobs.
was, yeah.
He's like, hey, I tell people I'm from Sunland. They say, I've lived here 20 years. I don't know where that is.
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm so glad you remember that.
I remember
People told me that. Yeah.
And then you were like, we have to move
We have to
out.
leave.
And I'm like, but dude, like, look at this house and like, we're making sketches that get like 80 views. Like, we're doing pretty good, you know? And you were just like, we are not doing shit. Like, we need to get out of here. Like, this is not, we're not doing anything legit.
Yeah,
like, you're
for sure.
upset
Yeah.
in like the most sort of helpful way. I don't know. So I want to give you props for that. Like,
No, seriously.
you were
Yeah.
the hustle in this group before any of us had hustle. You had hustle first.
Yeah, that I learned from Orlando actually. Back in Orlando.
See, I didn't hustle in Orlando, and you didn't either.
I hustled as-
we
I mean,
we partied in Orlando.
I did hustle in the sense of like music and shit. I didn't hustle in the sense of
made
like
shit.
jobs and shit.
Correct. Right.
I didn't make money.
Yeah.
Made a name, but I didn't make money.
Yeah, you hustled even better than me. I didn't have a job or a name.
Because I remember like walking
Orlando.
out and just giving out mixtapes. and
What the
just,
fuck
like,
did you guys
hoping-
do in Orlando?
I smoked weed and
I
watched
know what you
Arrested
did.
Development.
I met JC because I was his fan.
Well, that was
Which is
part
so
of my
cool.
hustle. Yeah. That's
I was
true.
like, because somebody, Aaron Hinojos, remember Aaron? He showed me your music video. I was like, what the fuck are these
You know who
crackers
Aaron works with
doing?
now?
I was like, this is the best shit I've ever seen. Because it's like, it's hard to be a white rapper. Let's just be honest. And I was so...
Prejudice even.
It was hard. It's hard. It's hard. I mean, unless, it's funny.
No, I just love you.
But
I
it's
love you for
hard
that.
because you get a lot of shit from everyone. Nobody likes it. That's the problem.
Dude, Aaron-
Nobody
No
wants
respect.
that.
Aaron
Yeah.
works with like Kim Petras and shit now.
Yes, he does. And so he showed me your music video, and I was like, motherfucker. And then I met you guys, and it was just great.
You showed up at a show, yeah.
Yeah. It was like, yeah. So
Yeah, you showed up at a show. He was super hype, and then I remember we talked to you, and you were so fun, and yeah, but then you started like ruthlessly calling and just showing up at our house and like
dedicated.
freestyling.
I'm hustler.
Yeah.
He's a universer.
Dude, he's.
Yeah.
I gotta
You
get
probably
him.
told-
You probably told your
podcast 20
family.
years later.
Wait,
You
hold
probably
on.
told your family like, I'm gonna move in with these guys. They're gonna be so stoked.
One of
like
the-
before you even called and said like, can I please move
Yeah,
in?
I did.
into
I
the
started
house?
moving in with these rappers I love from Orlando. It's awesome.
Joey, when I first met Joey, I was talking to Willie about you earlier today.
funny.
So and I had like one of those like recollection memories, and I remember like that night that I met you, one of the first things you told me, like very seriously too, was that Puff Daddy follows me on Twitter.
Oh my God, he did.
I've heard you say it in a rap freestyle too. Like
Yeah.
Puff Daddy follows me. Puff Daddy follows me on Twitter. Like that was the
He's my
rap.
5th follower on Twitter. I was in college and I just joined Twitter. I was like, what? You could just message anybody?
I just met
And then
Joey.
I was like, and then Puff Daddy was like, I'm following fans back from my like last trip to Paris album or something. Like it was like in 2011. And I was like, I've been your fan since you were Puff Daddy, motherfucker. Like I literally tweeted him that, and then he's like, "Puff Daddy followed you." I'm like, "Whoa, Twitter rules!" I was like, "What is this?"
Does Puff Daddy still follow you?
What? Here, let's check.
Let's check.
Oh my God, because if he doesn't, I'm gonna be really bummed
Because you can
out.
send voice messages now. That'd be funny.
Oh wow, you can like call Puff Daddy and it'll like notify his phone.
If we got P Diddy in a podcast,
Be pretty cool. Oh yeah, call him. Oh my God. Follows you.
Wow.
What I mean, what am I seeing?
Well, you gotta look where he follows you. Under the love.
Puff Daddy at Diddy follows you. Diddy follows 1,735 people,
whoa,
and
that's crazy.
Joe Reaper is one of them. And he's followed by 15.4 million people. He follows 1,700.
That's
pretty
insane.
epic.
Yeah, that's good.
So how do we call him?
No, stop.
When I first moved to the island, I was a little like insecure, like because I was friends with you guys, but I never was like in. It was like, let's go on tour. We'll play music together. I almost felt like you guys hired me to an extent.
Oh, interesting.
And so when I first moved in, I was just a little.
Plot thickens.
I mean, whatever. We were like very close. Like we were clearly friends, but I had insecurity about like this group, like these guys are all cooler than me or something like that.
Can I say that you're like so good at floating through life with all these insecurities, but like not showing it?
Hiding my.
Yeah, I would have never guessed. You were insecure
Well, so
ever.
the first day though, I meet Joey, and Joey's like, "What's up, dude?" And I met. That's the first time I met him.
Yeah.
He's like, "What's up, dude? Like,
I heard you're awesome." Yeah.
And then I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "You were," and you said like, "We're gonna have fun, dude." Honestly, it's corny, but the way you said it and just like the genuine Joey-ness of the statement, like it washed away all my insecurity, all my like sort of concern, and I was like, and all my feet. I was just like, yeah, we're gonna have fun.
You know what? Yes.
Wow, that's so
But
real,
and
Paul.
I say it to people now, like if I start a job or like, you know, and like you're meeting the new crew or something like that, I'd be like, we're gonna have fun. Like
For sure.
I say it to people because when you said it to me, it felt so good.
That's so nice. And Paul, like, I genuinely meant that because it's like, I've heard.
And we
really good
did.
things.
You were right.
Yeah,
you
look
meant
at us now.
universe
Like,
that.
shit.
We had fun.
We had fun. We're still having fun.
We are
Dude,
still
yeah.
having fun.
This is fun as fuck.
Also, we're like
I love this.
at the beginning of a story. Like we're not even like the end of the story yet.
That's
you know?
true.
What story?
I'm just of life. What do you mean? We got so much shit to do.
We haven't even started.
We're
Yeah, we
just
haven't
teasing.
even
Guys, I
like
haven't even
universed
begun
at
to
all.
peak.
No, we haven't
Exactly.
universed at all.
We haven't universe enough.
We haven't. I feel like I've got some universing to
You've
do.
got some
You've got
universing
some
to do.
universing.
Yeah. Christine's been making earrings. I had them here, but you moved them.
I know. Well,
Wait,
yeah.
can I
'cause they're
have
busy.
one? I want to see if
I
my
was
ears
gonna
are still
display 'em.
pierced. Not to bring it back to me.
Let's pierce
You
your
wanna
ear.
re-pierce
on
your ear?
camera.
I think it's
We can
still
do it.
Also, you
I
make
left-
amazing fucking like collage art and shit.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah.
I mean, the
I've been-
Elk Lodge intro collage look. Those are that's you.
I'm
Yeah,
a
you're-
I'm
I
a clipper.
love the intro.
I love.
That's good.
Oh, thanks.
You're a
We
creative
did-
director.
Oh shit! I've always wanted that title.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Hey,
director of the
universe!
Elk Lodge.
I'm gonna be a creative director one day.
Yeah.
You are a creative
today.
director
Today.
today.
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
Yeah.
I guess I kind of am. I've been busy. This guy like keeps me busy. We have fun, but like shit, I didn't universe any of the things
You're
that
also
I
a
do
fucking
with Paul.
singer now. You're a great
I do sing.
songwriter.
Nico is producing an album that
mixing
I
it.
am on.
He's mixing our album.
mixing our
That's
album.
amazing.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck? It's crazy.
And
It's
he's
fun.
like, I like these songs.
Also,
I
shout out to
know.
the Modern
Wait,
Mystics.
Shout out
Modern
thank
Mystics.
you.
That's Christina and I's
Thank
group.
you.
It's being mixed right now. Watch for it. It's gonna be dope.
It's
Wait, what's
sweet.
the name of it?
The group is called Modern Mystics. The album is
That's a
called
good name.
Lost
Thank
and
you.
Profound.
Holy shit.
I found that album cover
Not
art the
Lost
other day,
Prophets.
and
Not Lost
I want to
Prophets.
share
With
it.
the
Just
singer
Lost and
raped the
Profound.
baby.
Lost and Profound, and it's an album name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry for the baby rape.
I missed it, but I'll hear.
Did you just drop it back in? Does
Sorry,
this-
it was
I said Lost Prophets, and he went straight.
Oh no!
What's Lost Prophet?
The
Oh,
band,
that's your
the
group
band.
that
that
raised
was the band. I was like, I
That
can't wait
his
to
group?
listen to that album again. And then like it wasn't on
I think
Spotify,
that-
and then I googled it, and it's like, oh, he raped a baby. And it's just-
it's a bummer.
Thank you for the
a
context, at least, because that
Yeah.
happened off camera before, so people would have been confused.
I was
Oh,
probably
yes.
recording,
Yeah.
but I don't. Who knows what I'll
Yeah, yeah.
keep?
oh,
If I gotta edit something in there,
There's two
no.
things for sure. You gotta like just.
Well,
one thing.
I can bleep
One
or
thing.
I can cut out
And
because
this.
we'll
No.
watch it through.
Yeah.
I will watch it through, but I will not put a photo in. I'm sorry. That's
fine.
I don't even know when this will come out. So like, I went on tour. The last podcast we did was Nelson. By the way, did you guys hear that one?
I listened to half of it.
It's amazing.
a part of me, like, I see you. I don't know. Nelson was such a dark era in like a lot.
If you want closure, if you want to feel
need
good,
closure.
Yeah, it's a good feel
Wouldn't
good.
it be
It's a
great
good
to
feel good.
feel good about Nelson again and just see
It
like
would.
the charisma and the beautiful boy and with
yeah,
the disease
yeah, you
with
of
the
all
disease
people
he's
should
let
watch
me
it.
well
down
behind
and
him.
hurt me a few times.
Oh,
Like,
course.
you shut the fuck up.
Ew, yeah, you more so. But that's why it's like, why did you even watch it? You're more forgiving than I am.
He started talking to Nelson before I did. JC's been like in communication with Nelson for years. I only just called him like 6 months ago. I got his number from JC and I was like, I was just having days where I was like, why the fuck don't I call him Nelson? Like, I miss Nelson. Like,
I know.
What's
he
my
was one
hang
of
up to
us.
talk
He was
to
like
Nelson?
our fourth.
Yeah. And so
Hey,
when
yeah.
we, in that era, he was sick, riddled with disease.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
to put it simply.
I'm like
Yeah.
traumatized.
If you're like, yeah, and if it would feel good to speak to Nelson minus disease,
Hit
call
him up. Hit him up, dude.
or at least watch that episode because
I'll watch that episode.
This makes me want to
It's
hit him
a
up
treat.
because, like, at the end of the day, I love him so much. Like,
Dude.
a lot of who
And
I
I
am
do
is
too.
because
That's
of
why
this
it
human
was
being.
so
I love
hard.
him so
Because
much.
like,
I know.
Well,
this
specifically
guy.
with you, because I remember like when you moved in, I was like, this fucking fanboy. And then I remember like he hung out with you like for a week, and then Nelson was like, "Have you hung out with Joey just alone?" And I was like, "No." He's like, "Joey's amazing." And
Yeah, I
then
love Nelson.
and then I swear to God, I remember like the next night, you guys put like clown face fucking
yeah, we put on Juggalo makeup and went to the bar.
Yeah.
Unironically, like
Yeah.
we're like, let's go and do this.
And then what? And at the time,
Like, you went to where else? You went to where else with
went to the-
Juggalo makeup?
I don't know about where else.
I don't
You
know
guys
about
act
where
like you
else.
guys
We
went to
went to some
Hollywood.
other bar.
Okay,
It was
okay.
more popping though. We put on full Juggalo
But-
makeup. Like we were like doing each other's makeup. Like yeah, like it's gonna be so fun tonight. And then like we just went out and clown paint.
But if I remember
Fucking hard.
if I remember
It was
correctly,
crazy.
either one of you had a job interview the next day, and
God.
the paint that you guys chose was not like made for faces, so it doesn't come off.
Oh,
Is that true or?
That is a boyfriend
Oh no, it was,
skit.
what's his face?
Yes,
For sure.
we were the guy who had the podcast.
We did a
The
tournament.
interview read. His name was
our
like
old, he was an old teacher in
not
Folsom.
Casino, Castel,
Oh, I remember that.
Capsaicin. It's a Keanu Reeves movie.
I'm like friends with him. Jesus Christ.
The
The
Nebuchadnezzar.
like it's like he's like the devil. The name is
Constantine.
Constantine.
Dude, yeah,
Constantine was
Constantine.
over, and he was swept up in like. These
It
are a
was
fun bunch of
Constantine.
kids, you know. Because
Yeah.
think about him. Maybe he was like
mad older
35, you know,
than
and we
us,
were like in
yeah.
our 20s.
Yeah.
And we were a fun house. It was a fun house to come to because it's like 10 people live there. It's us,
Dude, looking back,
We just
we were
party a lot.
revolutionary. Yeah.
We have a good time. We make. Maybe
yeah,
you'll get
it's-
roped into like a sketch. You know, that's
we had a tournament,
like
remember?
racist.
We had a Dance Revolution tournament, also in
Nice.
weird dance. Like
No,
we
but
all
that
dressed
night
weird.
I think we did a Mortal Kombat tournament.
It was a Mortal Kombat.
And we
tournament.
all
That's a good one.
like put on like all our outfits. We had names, you know.
He had
And
the interview.
Constantine like painted his face white. And then he's like, fuck, I have like a job interview tomorrow. Like, I wonder if this will wash off. And then he's like trying to wash it off and it's not going off. Like, it was not going anywhere. Also, Joey was like
Oh my god.
Joey Buffalo or something like that. Like, you had the Buffalo.
Because you had
I
my
had the
Wild
Buffalo
Things hat.
one.
Because remember I had that Wild Things hat.
Did we call you Joey Buffalo?
Oh my God,
Or what?
yeah.
Something like
Insert
that.
picture.
We used to call him Sergio when he only had a mustache.
Yeah, I rocked the Sergio at Tommy Fiocchi's wedding because I needed a haircut before and I was just lazy and I never scheduled one. So the night before I flew out, I was like, I'm just going to buzz my head. It's the easiest way to
Yeah.
have a clean look.
Oh, that's when you
It's
were
very
full
clean.
Breaking Bad.
And so I did it with no guard, you know, like just a nice short one. But it was really short, like bald short.
Your hair grows in
And
good.
then I had
like,
the
your hair
mustache.
looks nice.
Yeah, but it was like, you know, it was this short
Oh,
on the
wow.
whole thing.
Yeah.
And then I just had the mustache. And so I rocked the Surge. I'll show you a picture.
Sir.
It was good.
Are you
I've
gonna
seen
put
your
that
surge.
picture
I love
in,
it. I love when you dress
ever think
like
about
that.
that?
Okay, when I'm gonna do something, and does it remind anyone of anything? Or at least you two. Oh, I'm sorry. I want
It's
to.
okay.
I want you to.
I'm
know the
here.
reference.
I'm
I'm
still
sorry.
here.
We keep going back. We're growing out. Like classic,
It's funny,
like,
and I,
Christine knew. Yeah, of course.
I
That's
still do that.
what is that?
the first island
I have
sketch.
jig-
So
I-
before the boyfriends, before the dude, since there was the island, we lived at the island. We also made sketches. We had a YouTube channel called The Island. Have you seen those? They're funny.
You haven't shown her the island?
What
You
the?
know,
Aren't you guys getting married and shit?
it's better to let her discover
fuck?
for herself. You don't want to push things on someone.
I've
She's barely
watched
scratched
a
the
lot of the
surface
Like,
boyfriends,
kinda getting drunk, I'm
but
like
I've
aggressive.
not
I'm like,
dove into the
But
island.
anyway, it ended up being
I like
video.
binged boyfriends, like hardcore.
makes me
Actually,
happy.
yeah, it was good fun. I mean,
What'd you think?
I started dating a girl recently, and I showed her one boyfriend's episode. And she's like, "Let's watch that."
Whoa, you're dating
She
a
was, like,
girl?
into
Wait
it.
a second. Paul,
Nope. Let's move away from this. Keep going.
Well, what episode did you start on when you showed it to her?
I showed her Trunk Devil, and I was like, "Yeah, there's a story." And they're like, she's like,
Trunk Devil is a good start because the whole thing builds from Trunk Devil.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's almost like you got to go Trunk Devil, $1,000 prostitute. And then like that gives you context for the whole once the story gets going.
Wow.
Like you have all the backstory.
My edit boys, I showed them what's it called? The one with you and Blair, our sketch about Blair and Joey.
That one starts really good.
Yeah, it's
when
so
you guys
good.
are in the elevator, like and everything, it's so good.
I showed them that, and they're like, "Whoa!" Like we weren't expecting that to be so good. So just
Nice.
By the way, I showed somebody, and I didn't watch the whole video, but we were talking about, like, we were doing a creative meeting today, and they're like, what if we made some kind of spicy lollipop? Like, what if we made, like a spicy, like, popsicle or a spicy lollipop? And I'm like, all right, I got to show you guys.
There's something called the toe of Satan.
Yeah.
It's a lollipop that's the spiciest thing you'll ever put in your mouth. You're
was
supposed to put it in your mouth
horrible.
for like 10 seconds so you go like, ah, and like you can make a video out of that. And with the Dudesons, we like finished it. Like
Oh,
we went
God.
all the
See
way.
how long? It was like 15 minutes. It was
We saw
like,
who could last the
didn't
longest.
see
My
that
arms
one.
went
Joey
Joey won. His hands were like
my arms were
this.
numb.
He couldn't even like open his hand after. It was so weird. And I the whole time was just like,
God.
I was like freaking out. I would just have these like panic moments, and I kept like putting a pillow between my legs. I'll show it to you. Anyway, it's like the spiciest thing
It
you'll
was
ever
one of
do.
the most horrible experiences.
So what were
I've
they
ever
like?
done.
So what? How did they react?
And I was like, well, I didn't show them the video, but I was like, yeah, this thing exists. And they were like, you know what they said? They're like, wow, that was a long time ago.
yeah.
It's on YouTube. It's like 4 or 5. It was
Yeah.
like one was like 4
It's
years
happened.
ago. One was 5 years ago. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
That's 5 years ago.
That is crazy that we
Satan
ate the toe of
stuff.
Satan 5 years ago.
5 years. That's how long it's been.
I mean, that shit was no joke.
no, it
And
was.
Yuka bit it, thinking like, oh, I'll cheat. Like whatever, like crafty, goofy, being funny.
Yeah.
He bit it, just chewed it and swallowed it. But he's got whole chunks of like nuclear fucking candy in his body. So like we're just swallowing like saliva or whatever slowly, and he's just got this like bomb in his
this
stomach.
chunk of something that is just evaporating.
Like he was like
Ugh.
keeled over, like he was gonna die.
he was gonna die.
It was so fucking gnarly.
Yikes.
I'll
Yeah.
show it to you.
It was.
But wait, what was the story? Oh, the island.
Sorry.
I was talking about the island. Oh, sorry. So this,
Yes.
for everyone watching at home,
Oh
and
my
I'll
God.
show you this video. The first island sketch we made, we were like, let's just make a sketch.
Yeah.
And so it was called The Passive Aggressive Roommate, where I'd be recording a song, like a rap song, and I was like, yeah, whatever, I'm out here, and fuck my roommate, fuck Joey, like Joey's a dick, like what, and he's like, and then Joey like hears me, he's like, hey man, like,
Do you even know?
do you even know any
Joeys?
other Joeys? And I was like,
Nope.
no, you're the only Joey I've ever met, actually. And he's like, and I was like, all right, play that back. And then like I do it again, and I'm like, yeah, fuck Joey and his stupid fucking butt or whatever.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey, so whatever. Then there's like a blooper reel of this sketch, and Joey just got hammered drunk on Heineken for the whole sketch.
Wow.
Heineken is no accident today, by the
We,
way. We have a long relationship with Heineken.
One
We
in
really
doubt.
have.
Label out.
Exactly. And so, just to finish this, so in the bloopers, which I will show you, I gotta show you so much after this, but Joey's just like sitting there talking to us, and he's just like, you know, he's got like a tank top on or a t-shirt at least, and he's just like doing this, like he's like, yeah, like I don't, you know, I'm just having a good time. And, like we zoom in on this, we're like, what are you doing with your arm? And it's just like a thing you do, I
Just
guess.
jiggling. Yeah.
But also, there's it's funny.
Soft skin up there.
It's so funny
I'm
because
not-
there's like 2 figures. Why is there 2? Why is it like
Guys, I'm gonna save up money to get liposuction, and this is not. This is part
I'm
of this.
stealing it.
Oh my god! I feel like this is a good transition into
Thank you.
Joey's fitness vlog.
Oh yeah.
Joey's fitness vlog is where the humor stayed. It lived on through Joey's fitness vlog.
Yeah. And
After
that's shocking.
boyfriends.
Well, it's because it's
No,
like
before boyfriends.
That was during. That was during when we were at the
During the
Dudesons.
Dudesons.
Hey, you did this on your own. Well, because you did want to like get fit.
yeah, I did. I laughed, but yes, yeah, no.
When we were at the Dudesons, Joey started his own channel called Joey's Fitness Vlog. He was going to get in shape. But it would just be he would just be like, today we're gonna work out, and then like he'd be like, oh, Woody called, like I'm gonna go meet up with him at the bar, we'll see what's up, and then like cut to like he's like, all right, like we're drunk, this is Daryl, I just met Daryl's fucking awesome, dude, Daryl, and like he would just get drunk the whole time and never exercise once, and then it just became like Joey's fitness vlog, but like, hey, welcome back to the fitness vlog. Like we'd be out like doing the craziest, most debaucherous like night ever, and Joey just whips out a camera and he's like, welcome back to the fitness vlog.
One of my favorite like memories
gosh.
of you, Joey, is like I forgot where we were, but I feel like we're in West Hollywood. We were going to Davy Wayne's, and like Ella was. This is when I dated Ella, and Ella was driving, and like I just remember at one point, like you fell on the ground in between the seats, and you just kept saying, "Oh my God, I've never been here before."
Yeah, Joey was in the back seat and he fell in front of the back seat, so like on the floor of the back seat he was stuck. He said, I've never been here before.
You're like a turtle on a building
For the fitness vlog?
Dude, it's in one of the, I always look for it.
It's like in the end
always.
of a vlog.
Yeah.
It's at the way end, it's like a car ride
I
scene.
always look for it.
Oh
That's my
God.
favorite one.
God.
Dude.
Wow.
Well, you gotta just
Dude.
film. It's like, that's just what
Is
it
it
is.
Young MA on one of your fitness vlogs?
Well, Young Ma stayed at the house for 2 days, and I didn't even know who it was.
Yeah, before
Which
she got
house?
famous.
Which house?
At Woody and I's house.
At your apartment?
Yeah, because
Where
there
we
was
shot,
what was that guy's
The
name?
ninja climb.
There was a I forget this the guy rapper that I knew her from, but it was like this Canadian male rapper with like a Jamaican accent.
Drake.
No, it was something with an A, because you sent him to me for a music
No, I
video.
think it started with an S. I think it was like Shasta or something. Like, I don't know. It was something like, it was pretty cool. But anyway, so he came and he's like, can I bring my friend Ma? And I'm like, yeah.
Oh, she's young.
And then
Mom.
like, he just called her Ma. So like, that's when you were like, Young Ma stayed at your house for 2 days. I'm like, oh. Like, I had no idea.
It was like 6 months before she like blew the fuck up.
Yeah, it was.
And you're like,
her and I
oh,
was freestyling all night.
yeah.
I was like, she was like rapping and stuff, and like with the beat, and I was like, I freestyle too. And she's like, you, and I'm like, yeah. Nobody believes it.
Yeah, for the record though, Joey is an amazing freestyler.
You are too.
Joey's. I know, but you
Guys,
are.
the night is
you're an
young,
amazing
and
freestyler.
also we have a karaoke bar that's walking distance that has become our
It's
little dive
true.
spot.
It's
So
true. We can go out.
In
We are
case
walking distance to many
you
bars.
need it.
I want to freak out tonight.
What was your thing? You're like, yeah, fall asleep eating Cheetos.
Thanksgiving. That was Thanksgiving like 3 years ago.
Thanksgiving, yeah.
No, oh my God, was it been 4 years ago?
No, more probably. Yeah.
In NoHo, when we were in NoHo, yeah.
In NoHo. NoHo's 5 years minimum.
Yeah, fall asleep. Dude.
Yeah, fall asleep eating Cheetos.
Wait,
And
I said that?
Yeah. And
Oh,
during that,
I
you were
don't remember
like,
that.
Puff Daddy follows me. Puff Daddy follows me on Twitter.
Okay, my favorite, actually, one of my favorite quotes from you, Joey, was back in the island days, we used to have a quote wall.
Oh my
Where
god!
like we would have like just a piece of paper that if someone said something so funny and ridiculous, because we had the idea that like we're gonna put this in scripts.
Yeah.
Someone
Like, did
said
you write
something
fag
funny.
on my forehead?
No, that was the famous
That's
wall.
during the sketch.
Oh yeah,
That was
yeah.
the famous
That
wall.
was the wall of shame.
I was like, did you hollow out my eyes and write fag on my forehead?
And I was like, I mean, I guess I did. Yep. Play that back one more time.
So one of my favorite things though, like, because you were like one of the first quote wall. For me personally, you were one of the first people that said something, and I was like, "Oh yeah, this is why quote wall exists." Like we should like.
What do you
always,
say? You remember the quote?
I
was the
1,000%.
quote?
We were on the island. You remember like the little kitchen island, whatever. We were sitting there.
Yeah.
Wait,
And-
on an island in the island?
The
Island, island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
On an island
When
in
everyone
the
was
sun.
about, you know, like at a party when you're drunk and everybody like just kind of congregate somewhere before they like go to sleep. That was like our space. So we were at that space and we were like all talking and stuff. And anyway, long story short, all I remember is that we're all talking and you're talking about something because you were the one that going out the most to Hollywood. We're well,
Yeah.
at least for me personally, I was staying on the island and you were like, somebody said something about, or you said something about like someone like a trans person giving you head.
Right,
And somebody inquired about it, and you're like, "Well, you know, it's like mountain climbing. You just don't look down." And that was one of the first quote wall quotes, and like I will never forget that.
That is solid.
Ooh.
Yeah, the quote wall
It
it
still
ended up
stands.
being pages on top of pages because like we'd have to tack up a new page. It was like 6 pages.
Somebody
deep.
has those.
Yeah.
Wow.
I feel like it's either Bobby Dante or Dez because I remember like one of them telling
Someone
me.
grabbed it.
Yeah.
And the wall of shame was like we all moved to LA, so like a bunch of dipshits, we all got headshots. Like everybody had a fucking headshot. and we would
Keep in mind, this was like 2011.
2012.
2012.
2012.
So it's like the
When
internet
the
was
world
still
ended.
new in a
Sure.
way.
There were
So it's
no
like we still needed headshots,
YouTubers.
honestly.
There were no famous
No,
YouTubers.
You still needed headshots in those days. In our defense.
Not like pop culturally
Nikki
famous.
and John, we were friends with them back in those days.
Yeah, you made it a big deal. Yeah.
Or
They
like
were a
who
big
were the
deal.
guys who had the like
I was like, who
So
was that?
you guys pinned these up on the wall. They
sorry,
were all
yeah,
up
we
there.
would
sorry.
deface them like like a swastika.
It was above the
and
quote
like
wall.
hollow out the eyes and write fag on their forehead. Like
Yeah,
it
it
was
was
just like a
awful.
crude wall. It was called the Wall of Shame, and it was everybody's headshot.
Yeah.
defaced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was not for the faint of heart.
No, I was
Living
going
at
to
the
say
island.
you guys
You had to
had
have-
thick skin.
No, it was
Thick skin, but there was a
thick
lot of
skin.
love.
It was loving. It was like if your photo didn't have a lot of like fucking like
True.
shit all over, it's like maybe
Do they
they
even
don't
like
love me.
you? I thought we were
You
close,
know?
but like maybe they just think I'm work friends.
I do recall sometimes like being like at like we'd have a lot of parties. I do recall some people being like, "What's that?"
It was it
But it was an
was
easy.
a showstopper at times.
But it wasn't easy. Like, let's take a shot.
Dude, that was so fun making those videos. Like Christine, you're gonna love these island videos if you've never seen them. It's like,
The island is funny.
dude,
You know what's
we
the
did
craziest?
a lot
Okay,
of videos. It
I
was
have
like a
the-
lot of skits, and they were funny.
I have this weird thought.
doubt it.
I have this weird thought.
But also
You
they'll
guys
get
are
us
good, funny
canceled
guys.
someday. But we'll
We'll get canceled for them, but you know
we'll
what?
band together in unity and
you
we'll
will definitely
we'll
get canceled
overcome.
for something.
Probably, but it was in 2011.
It's a weird thing to be
Nobody
like,
cares.
because it's like, oh, you said like fag on someone's forehead. It's like, it's weird to be like, it was a different time, but it was a different
It
time.
was a different time.
Like it was
you can say that.
exactly. It was less of, and like we said,
What, somebody
retarded.
gonna go home and like kill themselves
all
over
the
that?
time.
Yeah, I was glad that went out of style.
Retarded.
Retarded. We say retarded, right? Is that? Oh, we
I
can't
never say
retarded.
We used to have, yeah.
I don't say it nearly
I don't
as much.
say it
we used to,
anymore,
but like
really.
in the island sketches, it was kind of a running joke.
We
We'd
got
be like,
Andy-
oh, like
We
had a whole
we
bit
literally,
about- Oh, yeah,
we
you guys
literally
are-
have
The
footage
first
of Andy
islands-
Milonakis saying that
Second,
Joey's
it was the
retarded.
second skit. Remember,
Second,
we
yeah.
were like the retarded one.
right, which Brittany Sweat and you came up with.
Yeah,
And she was mad. She's like, you filmed it? You didn't even include me?
right. She was mad
like,
that she
ah.
wasn't included, and she like came up with that. But basically, the whole premise was like
forgot she
I
came
was
up with
retarded, and like, and then I never knew it until they had to tell me.
No, but well, because we were
It's like-
look, Joey, we have to talk to you.
It was like a meeting.
Yeah, we were like,
Sarah
you're retarded.
Benton.
But to me, what was so funny was like, we talked about it,
Yeah,
and we know we're not retarded because we talked about it, and that's how we know that you're retarded.
I'm like, I'm not retarded. I do stuff.
our
I do
logical
things. I'm
sort of
not
like
retarded.
assessment.
Like,
yeah, exactly. You were like, I
I'm
think
like,
I
I'm
would
not
know.
retarded.
Like someone would have told me. We're like, well, we're telling you now.
It's funny because, well, okay. And this is like,
And of course, it's not nice to call somebody that.
No, not at all.
You know,
Not at
and
all.
like if someone has an issue like that, you should not make them feel anything other than like awesome. You know, but like
Yeah.
For sure.
we were just like being shock value funny. Like
Right.
it's like it's a wrong thing to say, but like within a circle of friends, you can get away with that shit. And the internet used to feel like you're just talking to your friends.
well, especially if your friends are retarded, it's really easy to call them.
Because like, you know, like I can say if we're not recording a fucking video or something, I could say a crazy terrible thing to you. You're not gonna be like, oh, Paul's terrible. You're gonna be like, he's trying to make me laugh because like I know Paul. Like
Paul's
there's
fine.
trust there.
Yeah.
True.
And when the internet started, it felt like that. It felt like you're only talking to your friends. Like
Well, we also
posting
only
something
watched
on,
our own videos.
Yeah, it
Like, we
did
barely
feel
had
so
views.
private.
yeah, like just posting something on Facebook though, it didn't feel like this is going out to the world. This is going out to like the 10 people that.
Well, for sure.
I'm
In
homies
that
with.
era, the only
Yeah.
human being that like out of our group was Dez that actually knew about YouTube. Like that, like
Yeah,
knew
right.
knew.
We didn't
like,
know shit.
Yeah, like Dez even in Orlando. she,
Joey
like,
too,
knew about
though.
YouTube
Yeah,
stories and
sure.
stuff.
But
Yeah.
you knew
Oh, yeah.
like people
I
who
knew
were
it,
famous
yeah.
on YouTube, which was like a foreign concept.
And
to
I did,
everybody.
and you know what? It was so foreign to me that to even collab with like Nicki and John, like back in those days,
So you were like celebbed out. Yeah,
I was like, wow, these
out.
people are like hella famous, like because it was so old school, like wow, and it sounds crazy old to even talk about, but it was like, remember, it was like boyfriend or like girlfriend destroys boyfriend's Xbox. Mm-hmm. It was like that old.
Yeah,
you know, like whoa, holy shit! But it's like that's so old school, like in every regard.
It's just classic early. Okay. You are somewhat of a pillar in old school YouTube community. The same way, like,
well,
think about like when TV started.
We got 5 trending #1 videos last year. Oh wait, I can't talk about it.
You can't.
But like,
but
five.
Fantastic.
I'm proud of it. Fuck you.
Good. But like you were homies with Vitaly. Mm-hmm. Like you were on the Dudesons channel. You're friends with Nicki and John when they started. Like, right. You're kind of in there. You're a player.
Sniper Wolf came up and she was like, "Hey, you're Blair's boyfriend."
Leah.
Sniper Wolf came up. What do you mean? You talked to her?
She walked in to the office one day, and I'm just working there as like job. The bitch at the Dudesons, and I'm like just you know, like just working, you know, like it normally did. She walked in, she's like, "Hey, you're Blair's boyfriend, aren't you?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
I love Leah. She's great.
Yeah, she's great.
Sniper
I like
Wolf
her
cool.
a lot.
She is cool. I like her too.
Yeah.
Shout out. Sniper Wolf.
Sniper Wolf.
Wow. Well, this was just so like focused and clear, clean cut.
I mean, look at the contents of the table. I don't think
the table's never been this boozish.
It's pretty boozy.
We could talk about so much.
Well,
like,
don't worry.
We should stop. Like,
no, I don't want to wrap it up. Now let's talk about like other shit that we should.
Well, okay, let's just talk
What's left? Let's
for a
think
second.
about this.
Let's talk up things that we should talk about.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you just traveled to Spain. That was cool. You had a lot of good things to say. Were you saving any stories? Saving any stories?
No.
You guys were working together. You wrapped that up. You talked about it, but like, what are you like in this new gig?
Yeah, new gig is great. Oh,
are you not in Texas anymore? Are you back here full time?
Actually, I got something to push. There's this new app called Nibl, and IBBLE, and it's like the end of a like 1 hour podcast. But Nibl is a free speech app. It is very similar to TikTok. It is based out of Austin, Texas. It is headed by a NASA scientist. It is a very awesome platform. It resembles TikTok. And it is not owned by China, so everybody go download it and check it out. And It's great.
Are you gonna follow people who shout out you on Nibl?
Anybody that comments, How do you do things on your channel?
I don't know.
How do I do things? I like work for YouTube. I'm like,
on this channel, we don't do much. We just kind of get drunk and let it ride.
If you follow Jason Siegel, which is actually my name on Nibl, if you follow Jason Siegel on Nibl, I will call you back. I will give you a personal DM.
DM.
That's what I wanted to hear. Thank you. That was great.
Honestly, it's worth it.
Yeah,
especially if it's late at night.
Sounds like it. Yeah, if you catch it at the right moment, you're gonna get some shit.
Oh wait, actually, well, my avatar is Jason Siegel, but I think my name on there might be something different. Actually, Paul, I'm so sorry. Can you give me like 2 seconds
it's
while
okay.
I figure out what
the
it is?
thing I wanted to just really quick address is the future of the boyfriends. So we are right now together. The three of us have not been together.
That's true.
For years.
2 years.
Is that fair?
That's so lame.
The three of us in the same room is rare. Mm-hmm. And so we sort of called upon this event. There was a text thread going on that was like, you guys hit me up, was like, yo, when you get back, that means we're all three in LA. So we should talk about the future of the boyfriends. I had a guy DM me, like, saw you at the show tonight, because I'm a touring stand-up comedian. And
yeah, you are. Fuck yeah, I love it.
Say that confidently,
he was like, I saw you at the show tonight. It was great. Been following your career, whatever. # bring back the boyfriends.
That's so cool.
And I was like, wow. I was like, this means more to me than you even know. And then I tweeted it or whatever. We've been since then talking kind of more seriously about reviving the boyfriends. I sort of feel like, honestly, that we're at a point where it's sellable. It's already sellable. Like, I don't think as much as I would love to produce and shoot our own season 3, and like just do it, put it
You
out.
want to just sell what we have already?
I'm ready to like cut down like a hot fucking 10-minute like whatever and like start pitching it and sell it and like team like calling every favor we have and like just go full like sell it to
Is that
someone.
what you guys are trying to universe?
I
Am I
love
using
that.
it right?
I will say that.
Using it right.
should we just do that? Can we cut down? You guys are great at. You guys are the best editors.
Yeah,
I
like
know,
we
by the
could.
way.
I mean, I have all the footage.
Oh shit! Nice.
Like we can cut.
I already
anything
told
we want.
people. I already told people. They were like, "What are you doing this weekend?" And I said, "I'm filming a boyfriend's video with my friends."
I told my
it's
friends
a channel
that too.
we have.
Yeah.
I've like literally already said it out loud, so we can film something.
We should film something.
We
put
should
it on
film
the
something.
one thing. Put it on the channel.
Yeah.
But what I would more like to talk about is like serious professional steps towards really selling it and getting it on like fucking, Paramount Plus or whatever. Like it is so funny and it's still funny. We'll have nights where I watch it and I'm like, this is so fucking
It's
funny.
so funny. You know why it's funny? It's because it's what we thought is funny.
Yeah, it's us
I mean,
just
like, fuck,
goofing around
it's
making
funny
ourselves
fun,
laugh.
yeah.
For
No,
sure.
I love it.
Again, I went through this with like a girlfriend recently where I was like, "Oh wow, you want to keep watching?" Like,
You said
Cool.
girlfriend?
friend
Oh
who's
yeah,
a
can we
girl-
talk
friend
about?
who's a
Can we
girl.
talk
keep
about
going,
his
keep going,
girlfriend?
keep going. I was just teasing.
No, but still, like she was like super amped on it, and like she was like, "Okay, so what happens next?" I'm just like, "Oh wow!" Like,
Right, they had cliffhangers. Like it was
Yeah.
we have story arcs. Like
well, I did that podcast too with that. He did a podcast with you too.
TK.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
TK is a big believer in the boyfriends.
He was like, "Man,
He
you guys
t-
really left us with a cliffhanger." I was like,
I had somebody come up to me in Austin at a bar, and then
You gotta
he
give
walked
people
in. He was like,
closure.
Joey. He's like, I'm a big fan. Like blah blah blah. He like handed his phone to Blair and had Blair take a picture of me and this guy, and it was so funny. And it's on my Twitter and shit. But like, I'll never let her forget it. I was like,
Wow.
remember that guy who took a picture?
And what did you remember from the
take a picture?
Dudesons or from boyfriends or
It
what?
was Dudesons and boyfriends. He was like, oh, the Dudesons, how's everyone doing? I'm like, oh, they're doing great. And he's like, when's the boyfriend's gonna release a new video? I was like, wow, Austin is years behind. It's like,
Nah,
Austin
dude,
is
but it's
way behind.
Maybe my favorite compliment to get, other than
Yeah.
like, if someone says like, because a surprising amount of people come up to me after a show and say, "I used to watch you on the Dudesons."
No way, really,
surprising
That's awesome.
amount.
It's like a shocking amount. Like they really
Like,
surprising,
I mean,
maybe not shocking.
surprising like one per show average, which means like maybe two here,
that's
zero
a lot.
there.
That's
but
great.
still,
That's a lot.
like it's
Because
consistent.
Satan's Toe was 5 years ago.
But my favorite ones to get are
5 years ago.
I checked out your music, I like it, and like
5.
But the boyfriends almost hits harder.
I just Googled. Sorry, it's 5 years ago. It's on.
that we started.
Bro, look.
When did Drunk Devil come out?
Oh, I thought you said when did Trump?
No, I have to show JC.
When did Trump
this
start?
is part of JC realizing.
2016. It's a long 4 years.
But
Dark
But no.
ages.
Anyway, we should do
I'm just saying.
season
So
3.
boyfriends will continue.
5 years ago.
What is that? Drunk
Yeah,
Devil?
Five
so
years
now it's
ago.
like the time for the cliche question. So where is the boyfriend's gonna be 5 years from now? The boy.
I think fucking
It could go
like
anywhere.
about to do our 4th or 5th season on whatever platform we're on. I think once we get the eyeballs, like it will just fucking steamroll.
There's also so much backstory because like boyfriends is
Yeah.
always loosely based about our life. So there's so much backstory that we can add too.
I have.
We've lived a
we
lot.
have some funny ideas.
Since-
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
we have-
we've done a lot of stuff
Yeah.
since our last video.
Yeah.
I know.
you guys
a
are
lot.
seasoned. You're well seasoned.
but plus,
seasoned
like
boys.
the
Yo.
the story.
You're all like grown up, but like not at all. So there's
Not
some room
at
to play with that.
hey, here's the
I
thing.
mean, we're not that
agree.
grown, but
I
we're
agree.
growner.
Yeah.
Groaner.
Groaner.
We're groaner for shoner.
Groaner.
Wait, here's the thing. Like the obsession of the word boy. These boys.
It's weird when you say, okay,
I got
The origin of that,
boy.
I believe, is Cesar at mid-century would come and say, "Move this little boy. Put this little boy over here."
I forgot about
A
Cesar.
guy named Cesar would sometimes come into mid-century LA and like be there to help. Like he was an interior decorator, And he would say like, instead of saying like, move that couch there, he would say, put that little boy over there. Like he would call everything like a little boy. And I think that is our origin of the obsession with boy. And then we got Yarna hooked on boy, where Yarna would be like, oh, these boys, like these editor boys, like whatever. And then he taught us like poika and poyat, which is boy and boys in Finnish.
Oh my God.
And then
Moi boy,
which is what's up, hello boy, or goodbye boy. Moi.
Boy.
And then boyfriends, like Cesar is where boy
got it implanted in our brains.
Boy. Just loving.
We should find
boy.
Cesar. All you gotta do is go to Mid-Century to find Cesar.
Yeah, David knows
Jesus
Cesar.
Christ.
Cesar knows boy. But anyway, I just wanted to get that on record. I think that's the origin of boy. Of us being obsessed with the word boy.
It's a good word.
It's good. We just started to love it. And then we're like, look at these little boys over here.
It's fun to like really like boy.
Yeah, there's almost an M. There's almost an M before the B, like this little boy.
You really should do the audiobooks.
But also, just throwing it out there, like for season 3, there's so much that's happening in life in general. Because I feel like one thing that we're like really good at is just like life is so stupid and funny.
It is.
Like it was fun to make fun of. There's a lot of pop culture events that have happened that we have not touched upon.
Yeah, and it's fun to explore them like with the comedy of the boyfriends and with the like sort of dumbness of the boyfriends. Like when we were like, you know, like is Joey gay if he's like hooking up with a trans girl? Like, you know, whatever. Like,
girls suck dick. So are they gay?
Right. Just to hear like 3 idiots talk about like a social issue, or like us talking about abortion, but like you're against abortion, but the demon's baby is inside of you. Like, is that
you really want
okay
to be
to
a dad?
My dad hit me up the other day. He was like, I just watched the video where you guys were talking about Colin Kaepernick and all this stuff,
so
and
funny.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like a timepiece. It's like
it's
so
a timepiece,
crazy.
and like it's a fun way to explore social issues. And obviously, like the pandemic, fucking Trump, Biden, China, like fuck.
The pandemic, like that should be touched on. I loved the latest Curb Your Enthusiasm, but that was like my one critique. I wanted to see like how that curmudgeon handled it.
More about the pandemic.
Yeah, a little bit. Like it's a missed opportunity for like such a once in a lifetime event.
Wasn't brought up at all.
No, it's like a post-pandemic.
It came out post-pandemic, but there was like little making fun of, like they found out one person was like a hoarder who like bought a bunch of toilet paper, and they like started to like, they like hated him once they found out he was a COVID hoarder, you know, like.
But a lot of like the sitcom or like
but then the
shows I watch too, they just are like in a post-pandemic world at
stupid.
this point.
Life
I'm
is life. Like why?
Yeah.
Well, they're trying to normalize it, you know. They don't want to let up. You guys think it's going to end? It's not. It's only letting up right now because of the midterms. The Democrats are desperate.
I'm feeling saucy, so I'm gonna say it, but I pitched an idea in the texts for an idea, but I was at when I got like my when I got back from Spain.
Now I gotta pee.
When I got back from Spain, I like took my COVID test, and like I went to this place, and they're like, "Hey, yeah, go in the back." And I'm like, "What do you mean the back?" They're like, "The back of the building and wait in the line." So I go to the back of the building, and there's a bunch of people who like just, it's LA, all walks of life. So like people who don't speak English, people who are Italian and shit. I'm just like, and they're like, "Yeah, to the back." And I was like, so I sit in the back, but I thought it'd be a funny sketch for a funny boyfriends thing where we are waiting in line for a COVID test, but we're tailgating. Because I waited fucking 2.5 hours to just have someone nose fuck me. Yeah.
Probe you.
So you're like handing them food or something.
But it's also like we've done it a lot, you know, like we're like aware.
Have you been to, there's the place that I go to get tested is called Same Day Health. And I just found out about it because my work requires we get tested once a week. Actually, twice a week. But
is it the nose?
Yeah, but since I got COVID at Christmas, I'm like exempt for 90 days, which has actually been kind of nice. But this place...
90 days?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm going to go everywhere.
Well, yeah, I guess you can.
I mean, I already do.
But I'm also, like, whatever. Anyways, what was I even saying before the Same Day Health? That is a fucking skit because it is the bougiest health clinic I've ever seen. Like, it has, like, Scandinavian design. Like, you go in there and, like, sit there, and it is... the most LA thing I've ever seen in my life. It's nice though. Yeah. I went to the one in Hollywood. Like all their locations are fancy. I've seen TikToks on them. They're like a club.
Oh my God! If TikToks are made by a pharmacy,
you guys could tear it up
weird.
in there.
It's a cult.
Tear it up.
It'd be funny too if like
it's just funny with you.
We're tailgating and someone's like, "Hey, like, put your mask on. You're like, I'm eating or drinking. And you're like,
Yeah.
I'm allowed to take my mask off if I'm eating or
I-
drinking. It's like a
I
restaurant.
would-
They
Yeah.
say no grazing.
What do
now.
you say in a
can't
restaurant?
Graze. You can't eat slow. You have to eat quick in the cover
Graze?
your dirty mouth.
Oh, that's a good one. I've
I
never
think
heard that
that
one.
I've never heard no grazing.
Oh, actually, no. I kind of got
they
the
say it on
grazing.
airplanes. They'll be like, "Hey guys, you can't eat."
But
No,
also, if it makes you feel any better,
Finnish-
On Finnish
Slow.
Airlines, I got the grazing
yeah,
in Finnair.
Wow.
yeah, they say no grazing.
Because I was
I'm like this, I'm
I was
like
in
this.
an empty row.
Yeah, you gotta eat.
And
you
there's,
gotta
like,
eat fast.
the
cover
rows
that
in front of
dirty-
me.
That dirty hole in your face.
The rows in front of me are empty as well.
You're
And I was watching a
disgusting
movie,
human.
and I ate, and I ordered 3 beers. So I'm just like, yeah, I'm going to sleep.
respect.
Yeah. And then at one point she's like, excuse me. And I was like, what? And she's like, could you put your mask on? I'm like, look at the beers. Like,
Wasted.
I got a lot of beers to go.
there's no one in front of me. There's no one behind me row-wise.
And like I'm queued up.
We're 8 hours in this flight. Like,
Yeah. It's
it
so
was so
stupid.
weird. It was so weird.
I do think there's some opportunity to point out the inconsistencies of the rules
Yes.
Well, yeah.
as
well,
well.
actually,
Which
that's,
I'm sure
that's
you probably
intentional.
have a lot
But
of
hey,
that's
inconsistencies.
If it
locked
feels
and
any
loaded.
better,
That's intentional.
I've
the rules
traveled
are
around
inconsistent on
the country
purpose
lately.
because basically the rules are inconsistent to break you down.
Hold
as
on.
as a human.
he's traveled around.
If
a
it
little
makes
bit
you
more.
feel any better, I've traveled around the country this past few months.
Oh yes,
Like, LA gives a shit. Like, Madison, Wisconsin, and Chicago give a shit. Seattle, a little bit. That's it.
yeah.
Could you make
actually?
a-
You were
All
in
of
Austin.
Montana, Texas,
you
Atlanta,
should make a graph. They made,
Tennessee.
like,
Right, like who gave a shit?
yeah, the
And
states.
in Madison, they were
that would
like,
be a funny gift.
we were like,
Yeah.
wow, a lot of masks here, you know? And they're like, it's Madison. Like, get outside of Madison,
Madison, like
still
a
be in
well-educated
Wisconsin,
college town, like capital.
but like a super liberal.
I was
Yeah.
like more like Mascasset.
Yeah, we were trying to find it. We
Yeah,
were trying to find it. Like
fuckers.
Madison, like make sure your mask is on.
Masks on the skin.
As in,
But like most places don't give a fuck
yeah.
if it makes you feel any better.
Bro.
To most of the country,
It does make
like
you feel better.
the way you feel is like, look, I think most of the country, from what I've seen,
vaccinated,
feels
you're
like,
safe, you're
hey,
safe.
look, I don't want to get it. I don't want to give it to people. I'm not going to be a reckless dick. But like, you know, I'm walking in a restaurant. Like, why do I got to wear a mask? But like, they're not really worried about it.
yeah.
No
Yeah.
one's. It's not like they're like, fuck you. Blah. But they're like, it's whatever.
I saw
Some
Joey.
people are. It gives weak people like a reason to yell at somebody. That
but
they like
have you
you're
ever
good.
heard that in real life?
I've had somebody shove Blair out of an elevator for not putting her mask fully on and
That's
stuff.
crazy. I've never
Crazy
in
stuff.
my
I've seen
in
it.
real
I've
life.
seen
I've
a lot
never
of
had
stuff.
someone be like, "Excuse me." Other
You've
than
never
like
had
on a
somebody tell you
plane,
to put your mask on?
not someone who's
I
not
get somebody tell me to put
authorized
my mask
to.
on all the time. Even this morning in the Uber, I was taking a sip out of my Starbucks coffee. I just went literally for 2 seconds. I was like, and then put it back on. He like turns around, like taps the passenger side. It was like no food or drinks. I was like, bro, really?
I've never had
I'm
that.
gonna kill you.
I never had that either.
I'm
And
gonna
like
kill you.
in other states,
Yeah.
I've gotten in Ubers. I'm not wearing a mask. The driver is not wearing a
I was in
mask.
Florida. No one gave a fuck.
They're
That's
like
great.
most of the country
Yeah.
is not stressing
I
it
think
too
we're
hard.
Pretty worn out of it.
Yeah.
I think we're worn out of it.
And
I mean,
like
is
the
it safe to say
psychology of
we're-
like you're getting vaccinated and you're supposed to be like kind of past this thing and then you know.
If the vaccines
But
work,
also,
then
if everyone you
you're good.
know who gets
hard.
it is
It's hard.
You're good.
pretty fine,
That's
it's
not
hard
true.
to be
It's so
stressed.
not that simple. And people
Are you vaccinated?
No, it's really not that true.
If
Well,
the
what's not
vaccines
that
Fake
true?
news.
Oh, okay, we got
We'll
multiple
do
conversations
we'll do
going
it.
on.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh,
man.
sorry. I gotta pee.
I just feel like everyone I know who's ever gotten COVID has survived.
I
and
knew somebody
especially,
who died last week. People are dying.
wow.
People die from COVID.
Okay.
No, I
Still.
agree with this. Yeah. No, I'm of the same sentiment. I'm like aware of it, but also I will say I'm of the same sentiment that I don't. It's weird. I'm like weird in my brain because I don't give a fuck. Like I don't care. Maybe because I've lived
That's
such a
what I think is happening. People are getting this like fatigue.
I'm gonna call it juju-y if you want, but in my hometown where I live in Mexico, like I never thought about it once.
Hometown in Mexico.
Never thought about it once, and like never like got it right.
Yeah, it's like an open air city. The culture is just Feels different. It's like everybody's outside. Yeah.
I will
You are pretty
I will say,
outdoor.
I will say on a scientific level, like I remember one of my friends once told me, was like, what's people who are like vitamin D deficient get it the worst. And he's like, what the fuck are we doing? I'm like, we're outside. He's like, yeah. So why the fuck would you even worry about it? So on a scientific level, like kind of right.
Could be
Yeah.
coming into play.
Well, yeah, I never got in Mexico, but I went to Spain and I was like kind of indoors all the time because it's a little bit cold, and also like when I got there, it was like very like COVID restricted, but there's a lot of speakeasies and like shit to open or whatever the fuck, shit like that. So, I forgot where I was going with this story. I had like a really
Boyfriends
good,
do
Let's
like
live our
cope.
lives.
To me,
What
at
if there's
this
gonna be like
point-
masquerade parties? You know,
To
like
me-
the disguises, but you can do that as like boyfriends go to a masquerade party.
It'd
Just
be like
like
an
tear it
orgy
up.
where you wear a mask like this instead of like.
But you could be like fully naked having 20-person orgies.
yeah, exactly.
like unprotected sex, but like
Yeah.
your
Or if
mouth
you're eating,
germs
you're
are
fine.
covered.
Yeah.
I just feel like at this point, people are gonna
know where
get
I'm
it.
going with
Almost
that.
everyone's gonna get it.
You guys get the Omicron?
It's unavoidable. I think we've
Yeah, I
learned.
mean, we all
even
went
if
like
we
2
all-
years and then just all got it right. Like,
Yeah.
because we all
That's
had
true.
different styles. Like we
I was reckless,
like
and it took me a
we-
long time to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I was extremely. Yeah, I left in the midst of it.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
I was
traveled
flying to
like
Mexico. I never
assholes.
stopped going to work. I
Yeah.
Yeah.
like what you know. but,
I remember what I was trying to get at. Okay, so when I went to Spain, it was the only time I ever thought about being scared about getting it.
because the culture was like so
Well,
focused on it.
Also, because like midway through me being gone, I was like offered like come and do this shit, like some work stuff, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm kind of scared about that. Like I don't want to get people like sick or whatever the fuck. But like, yeah, it was like while I was gone was the first time I ever consciously thought about being scared about getting it, and I got it. Take it as you want, but like I was never scared before.
I was
just like,
super
don't give a
scared in the
fuck.
beginning,
It's
and
just
like
shots.
yeah, in the beginning
Should we-
I was
yeah,
do we
nervous.
want mezcal or do we want whiskey? I
getting
like the
tequila.
mezcal.
Yeah.
And tequila.
Yeah, I like the mezcal.
Yeah.
For me, it's like I think everyone's gonna get it. Like even
Yeah.
if everybody
Have you gotten
followed
it yet?
every rule,
I got it. Yeah, I got it twice. I got it the first time when it
Oh, you got
first
the
came
OG.
out. I was one of the very first people to get it. I got it in November of
You
2019.
are a fucking trendsetter.
I'm pretty sure I got it in
No,
Argentina.
yeah, honestly, I got it
Yeah.
2019 in November, and I gave it to my grandma. Or no, I didn't give it to my grandma, but I saw my 93-year-old grandma on Christmas with
grandma-
the first strain of
my grandma got
COVID,
it too.
which is like they call it the alpha strain or whatever. And it was not.
call it
It
the
was
OG.
really fucked up strain, but it wasn't that contagious. Like it. The
right. If it gets you, it's bad, but it's you're like less
I know,
likely to
it's-
spread it.
I was literally with her eating dinner and stuff. It didn't even affect her. And then I got Omicron, which was nothing, but everybody got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
yeah.
just think we're all
Yeah.
gonna get it.
It's about how I
that doesn't
recall
make it
this,
not
too.
bad. It doesn't make it like so flippant. But we're all gonna get it, whether everyone follows every rule
Yeah,
or
it's
not.
but there's obviously people who are more at risk of like
Sure,
that
but-
becoming a problematic. I
Yes,
even
but
think of
that,
you
like-
like didn't because you were having like heart issues, and that seems like that was
But
a
I-
side effect of it.
But
Code effect,
I will
or-
say
well,
in Argentina in 2019, I'm 1,000%.
podcast ever.
I know
sure
that's what I'm
got it.
saying,
Yeah.
and that's one of the long term symptoms.
But I was also working at a crazy dark place, so like
Plus,
maybe
your
that could've
dad
been
had
too.
heart problems. Like it runs in your family to have.
All
a
I'm saying
heart
is
issue.
there's
No?
like
Is it
apparently
not?
long term
It's genetically-
COVID, which sucks. Like apparently that's real for people.
But
Like,
still, either way,
That sucks
it's
too.
unavoidable. It's happening.
I know.
If we
Again,
all go
call
to
me crazy,
Coachella
but
or
I'm a-
not, we're all getting COVID.
We're gonna
Like, or if we all
Yeah.
mask up and stay home, like, it's still gonna find its way to everybody.
I
It
also,
just does.
I call me crazy, but like the only time I ever thought about it consciously in my life was whenever I was gone because I was hanging out with people that I didn't want them to get it, and I was scared because I was in a foreign place. And I just believe that the mind is stronger than, personally speaking, I believe that the
stronger.
mind is stronger than you
Right.
think it is.
Yeah.
And that if you like fucking consciously are, even if it's like a small subconscious thought, Jesus Christ, those things are so big.
I think it has weight, but also, you know, I
love you play- I love
early
you
on,
playing
it's
devil's
encouraging,
advocate,
but
but
also like
I will let me play
scary.
devil's advocate.
No, I love that.
I think it has weight. Your stress, your like state of your mind,
Mm-hmm.
a big effect on your own health.
And I'm just speaking from my own
Of
personal
course,
experience.
I
Yeah.
had a lot of moments early where I was like, I got it. I definitely got it. I'm about to bring it home to everybody. Fuck. It was stressful. Like I had a scratch in my throat. I'm like, fuck.
For sure.
Fuck. I got it.
Yeah.
It was
And
like,
like,
a guilt
and like I
thing,
didn't.
in a way.
And I didn't. You know, so like while you were having where like you weren't worried about it, so you didn't get it. Like I was worried about it, but I didn't get it. You know,
sure.
so I think maybe it was just circumstantial that's your
Yeah, of
opinion.
course. And
But
we don't have to
your
talk about-
mental state and your like, I think, you know, like hospitals not letting people visit patients because of COVID, I think was kind of fucked up, you know, because like your mental strength and emotional strength of like your brother or your mom or your wife or your husband coming to visit you at the hospital, like affects your recovery intensely.
To me, I equate that to if a human being has cancer and they're told specifically, you have 4 weeks to live.
It's that whole like mind over matter thing, but also it's like, yeah, they weren't letting family visit family, but they were putting sick patients with other people that were at risk. There was a lot of, I don't want to get too deep into it, but like this whole thing was handled very bad.
I think in hindsight, yes, but how could that not happen? Also, you know, like
Well,
there was
because-
not a system in place to deal with something like this. How could there
was
possibly
like,
not be mistakes?
there were
There
like
was a system. There was a
operations
system.
Obama ran and stuff.
That Trump did, undid.
Even before that.
is part
I know,
of the
but
problem.
let's
By the
even-
way, I don't like Trump.
Let's
In
even
case
play it
anybody
out
thought
that
I
he
did.
never
I don't.
undid that. You think COVID would have still happened in Wuhan? It still would have
okay,
made its
can
way
I say-
here. We still would have
what
been
I think the
fucked
problem
up.
was
It
is
did
the
start in Wuhan, but
what
My
I think the
favorite
problem
thing
was
Trevor
the
said-
internet.
no,
if it
literally.
wasn't for the,
it's on
if it wasn't
record.
for
Dr. Fauci admitted that he did fucking gain of function research in Wuhan labs.
if it wasn't for
Yeah.
the well,
And
maybe
lied
so.
about it.
Yeah, I don't even like looking. I don't care about all that. But to me personally, it's just human beings on the
He
internet.
started it.
I can't wait to see the sci-fi movie like 10 years from now about COVID.
People
Or the Oliver
100
Stone
years from now-
documentary that's
People
like gonna
100
be-
years from now are going to be like, what?
I mean, because there are like Contagion,
fuck?
there are movies like that.
There are, yeah.
1,000%.
Oh, there's a
But-
lot
This
of
is
movies
like a
it.
movie.
But also,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
I've
we'll
never
learn.
really felt like I was living in a movie until now, and now it's like this weird Truman Show where you're just sort of like, you're like kind of living life, but you're aware that like I don't know,
It
it's
is
like a
strange.
meta moment in life.
It's also weird geographically for me because I just like moved away from the Truman Show. I just-
Well, you moved away from
Left.
America.
I'd be left set.
Well,
like,
no, but you're right because it's like the American government has done so many fucked up things to its people like throughout the years.
This
and
is
the
actually a very true thing.
And then,
I agree
yeah,
with
the
you.
Tuskegee
Yeah.
experiments and stuff.
There's
like,
so many
you know,
CIA things.
There's
yeah.
so many horrible
Yeah.
things that the American government has done to its people, but then like for some crazy reason, people are like, "Oh, it would never happen now." Like they're just like, "It wouldn't happen now." They wouldn't
sure.
just do this to people.
Yeah. No, I feel you. I will agree with you on that.
I
Yeah.
feel you
Crazy.
too. I think people's fear really can overcome them, you know? Whereas like a lot of people were, 5 years ago, like, oh, like fuck the government. I don't trust anything the government says.
Right.
I don't trust big pharma.
Big pharma, right?
Like
now
I don't
there's,
trust
like,
any of these big interest
right
money
for them
shit. But
now.
now it's like if you're like I don't trust Pfizer, people are like,
What do you mean?
what's
you don't
wrong
trust
with you? Yeah,
Pfizer?
why wouldn't
No,
you
I
trust
agree with that.
Pfizer? Then it's like so.
They have the biggest
Yes, but when
lawsuit
people are
ever put against
scared,
them
when
ever
people are
in
scared,
history.
we grasp it a lot. Like we have to be weary of fear. When we
Okay,
were scared after
but that
9/11, they could do whatever they want. They said, "Hey, we'll make a law where we can go to war without the Congress
9/11,
approving it." And we were
took
like,
a lot of
"Yeah,
our rights away too.
Exactly, and I
not that I'm
think-
saying it's fake or
no, it's not fake." But
or it's like
if
really fake. But it's
if,
like,
if the collective is afraid, someone's going to jump on that and really figure out a way to
Yeah.
profit from it.
right.
Okay, so to
No,
end,
you're right. They took our rights away, and you don't get those rights back. Like getting scanned at the airport and like all that stuff that came out of 9/11. Like we're never getting those rights back.
I
Those
still,
are
I
taken
still have to take
forever.
my shoes off because one guy.
Right, we're still taking our shoes off.
Well, 3,000
so
people
we'll
died
still have to
from,
like pass a
from,
COVID test.
from a handful of terrorists, right? If you think about the logic behind that, it just doesn't happen. The government is 25 years in the future.
There's also
Planes
a
can
large
be
amount
just
of
remotely controlled even
civilians
back then.
as
It's
well. More civilians, I would say, than Americans.
I think it's the
soldiers that
slip-on.
passed away too.
Big slip-on shoe is really lobbying for that, because you want a shoe that's easy to take off to fly with.
Big slip
Big slip on.
Crocs,
On that,
Crocs are in this.
I gotta excuse
Big slip
myself.
on.
I'm
Crocs.
kidding.
There's a Crocs theory. Okay.
All right. Hey, we're drunk. We're saving
Yeah.
the world.
Yeah.
This was a lot of fun, you guys.
Oh, are we wrapping it up?
Let's wrap it up
Oh, okay.
because these cameras are going to die soon if they're not dead already.
Oh,
Can
okay.
we? Okay. After that COVID talk, can we just
Final words.
end it
Yeah.
on a?
Yeah, let's have it.
Let's end it on a
let's-
happy
let's
note.
get
I will
back
say
to some good-
to end it on a happy note. I will say I feel like the world, because of this like COVID bullshit that has happened, and I mean bullshit as in like the virus, it sucks. But like, we all know what we should do to be happy as human beings, and like working all the fucking time to like exist is not a way that we should live.
Yeah.
It's just
Everybody
not.
figured that
Fuck
out.
yeah.
I'm just throwing that out there.
/r/anti-work.
I knew you were gonna
Did
say
you
that.
see more places are going to the
most-
4-day work week?
Oh, 1,000%. No, but anyway, and long term
know,
speaking,
bro.
I feel like if people were given money to exist as human beings, they would still want to do something, and there still be an economy. That's my like last thoughts on it, because we don't want to just sit around like not doing shit.
Yeah, we need
because-
purpose in this life.
Yeah, exactly.
It did
Right.
push
And
us
connection.
like it jumped us
Yes.
10 years forward in how work is done. Like
I agree.
Was there no COVID? In about 10 years, this many people would be working from home. This many people would have a 4-day work week. This many people would be living in a van but still like developing websites or whatever. But this forced us to jump forward like a decade in terms of how much we work from home, how
It's-
much we like need to go to a
It's
place.
like the Wizard of Oz. Like we realize that like you pull the veil,
Yeah.
and capitalism is like okay, cool. It makes an economy, blah blah blah. People make money, blah, blah, blah. But human beings as human beings, like we first of all, none of us were asked to exist. We just showed up. All right. If we had a choice in it, it'd be a whole different fucking conversation.
Some people think we did have a choice.
Well, I wish I remembered. Take some more DMT. But like at the end of the day, I personally speaking, when it comes to just everyone's mental health and just being, guys, this is a fun roller coaster being alive. This is so weird. The fact that we're alive is so fucking crazy, and the fact that we're stressing about dumb shit that means nothing in the long expanse. Look at the stars.
It does. It does mean something. When I look at a child in Target with a mask on, I'm like, that child's life is being robbed
Joey.
from them.
But are they going to be still in
care
a
about
mask
the
in
kids.
20 years?
Honestly, I care about
Kids
the kids.
are
Joey, that's
putty.
so
They're
stupid.
fine. They don't care.
I love you.
I'm with
No, but
kids.
putty-
I'm with
kids
kids
will be-
every
it'll
day,
affect
and
them.
I've seen a kid cry once over their mask. You know how many times I've seen kids function
Do you know how
normally?
quick it is to-
Every other time, and that's a lot.
Hey,
Kids
guys,
every
I
day.
don't know. You and I might need to have a conversation.
With kids a lot.
Guys,
She
we
with
exist.
kids all
We
the time.
exist.
I've only seen a kindergartner
First
cry
of all,
over a mask one time.
We
don't
exist in
want
a
the kids
world
to be
where we
faggots.
are like completely cool with having to work and do shit. And, like,
that I would be like
on.
more aligned with. Like, yeah, why do we have to just be little
that's the
grunt
same
workers all
argument
the
that you're
time?
saying. Like we're completely
I mean,
cool with this norm.
Or even
sounds
like if
normal.
your
adults.
grandpa, if someone told like your great
Not even your
grandpa, like,
adults.
hey, someday you're gonna carry a computer in your pocket. It's gonna track everything you do. It'll be able to listen to you. It'll try to sell you stuff. Like, are you gonna carry that? Your grandpa or your great grandpa would have said like, fuck no, I'll never put that in my pocket.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna do that. And like, here we are. Like, it's just
Yeah.
is the world, you know. And like with microchips, it's gonna be the same. Like, we're gonna say like, fuck no, I never put a microchip in my head. But like, our grandchildren be like, it's
You
like
don't
a
have a
cell phone.
microchip?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's
Yeah.
like a cell phone. Like, oh yeah, like, you know. So whatever.
Really quick,
it moves forward.
My-
It, like it feels daunting.
goes
It feels
on.
like
Yeah.
it's not the same world. Like, we're not even the same world. This kid's having to wear a mask in kindergarten. Like, I didn't have to wear a mask in kindergarten. Like, they're gonna be fucked up. But
yeah,
like,
they're gonna be fucked up. They
but,
don't
like,
see the smiles and like their own
we're fucked up
classmates.
too. And also, like,
I miss the
we
smiles.
we adapt to the world around us, you know. And like, I don't think we shouldn't not let people fuck us over. But like, the world will change and does change, and like, people will be okay. People adapt really well.
I do believe in humanity, and I do believe in good versus evil, and I believe that good always conquers evil in the end, and
Yeah.
that
Your
God
voice
always
is so good.
conquers. And I'm not even religious, but like whatever God means to people that are not fucking corrupted by Satan.
Yeah, the
which is
Jews
a lot
will
of
not
people.
win.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Wait,
retract.
what you said? Sorry.
I'm gonna retract everything I say to like put it as simply as possible, because I feel like it's really easy to say complicated things, but it's very hard to say simple things. So what I'm gonna say is that I am anti sadness for no reason, and I'm very pro just being happy in this crazy beautiful thing that we are in, and the life that we are currently existing in does not emphasize that. and I just want life to emphasize that.
I do think that's fair. I called my old co-teacher the other day, and she's like, I just don't feel like I'm like living life, because she like was in the ICU for months, medically induced coma like a few years ago. So she's like pretty cautious, and like her and her husband have been taking it really easy. They only travel places they can drive. Like they don't really do much of anything. And it's a sad fucking thing to live life like that. It's like just not full throttle. And you guys are all full throttle boys. So
Yeah, for some
full throttle boys.
over here.
And I could understand why it could, get under your skin. It irks me too. I'm
that's
over it. I fucking, I just want to be not think about these things anymore and just
I agree. I think we're
let
all
my
on that
hair
page.
blow in the wind and
Yeah.
And
breathe.
just, fuck it. Just live like
I
a
literally-
reckless life. We're gonna die.
We're gonna die sometime.
Everyone, every kid with a mask on in Target is gonna dead
That
cameras.
is so
The
crazy.
cameras are dying. Everything will die. And every kid in Target with a mask on is gonna die.
They're gonna
They're
die.
still gonna die.
They're still gonna die.
You're gonna
All
die.
of us
I'm
are.
gonna die.
Yeah,
If I
yeah.
die today, if I die in
But
10 years, if I die in
Let's
30
not
years.
die in fear. Let's
We're
die
dead.
living
Exactly.
In
happy
glory,
and
And I like what you said.
running around
I'm
good,
against sadness for no reason, and I'm in favor of happiness for no reason.
We're gonna do it till we die.
Happiness for no reason.
Fuck it, we're taking this bitch. We're running
taking it
it
till
till the
we
wheels
die.
fall off. Maybe we have no cameras yet, so hey, let's just hold hands in the middle. Everybody, 1, 2, 3, 4. I love you guys so much.
love you guys.
This was so fun. Long time coming. The best podcast ever.
This is a fun one.
I love you guys. Yes! And break!
Right.
Sorry if I was
Good night.
clammy.
Buzz.
All right.
Good.
Let's start drinking.
Yeah.
I need
Like we had like 4 or 5 beers.
I can do
each.
one more because I have to wake up early.